that was offered the use of the credit card to pay for my car repairs.
So, sure, being dead, you accepted.
They were in love for 4 years, but now it's over.
Chivalry
Wants him to pay what he owes.
So that what you're expecting me to believe, sir,
She
all up to date on the Visa and all up to date on the MasterCard.
That's what I want you to do.
You let him use your credit cards, you split up, you don't pay.
Correct.
Together, what'd you give him your credit cards for?
Well, we dated for almost a little over 4.5 years, and he did not have a credit card. So on occasions when he needed and
have a credit card.
I didn't want a credit card. I didn't need one.
Why didn't you? You had hers.
Didn't have hers. She had hers.
Did you hers?
I didn't use hers without her being there. She was
I
there.
didn't mean that you used it. Would you use her knowledge and permission? Did you use her credit card?
We used her credit cards.
Without her. Ever use her credit card for things that was strictly for you?
Yes.
Did you?
Well, some car repairs.
Like what? And that was for your car?
Right.
So you did need a credit card for your car repairs?
At the situation, I didn't really need a credit card. I could have paid for it myself cash, but it was, well, the use of the credit card to pay for my car repairs.
So,
offered.
Being dead, you accepted.
Well, that's a different type of, I wouldn't say that. I'd say that the money
was
supposed to be used towards a vacation that I was going to be going on with the plaintiff. Money was...
How much did you charge on her credit card for your car repair?
About $850.
How much did you pay
that
for
would be
it?
actually incorrect.
Okay. How much did he pay?
How much?
For the car repairs.
How
much did he charge on your credit card for the car repairs?
For the car repairs, how much did he pay? $100.
And how much of that did you pay?
I'd say I paid probably all...
About 14.
Show me.
I can't show you. I can show you what I did pay, though. I can show you what I've... All of it. There's basically, the plaintiff had my checkbook. She wrote checks for me, paid over the year. She just said, okay, well, this is what we're paying, this is what I'm paying, and I just... to pay.
Let me just see, sir, your checks for June.
There you go. Continue.
Okay. June.
And this is a statement, paid $908. Your Honor, basically through our relationship, I paid everything.
What are you showing me here?
Those are copies. I couldn't get canceled checks in time. The bank sent me the paid for statements. So
What?
I'm showing you a bank statement, and as well as a wrong check ledger, which shows that I paid $908.
I'm not
Copy of my
check ledger, sir. Okay. Now, what about Visa? Interested in you? You see the charges on Visa for his car.
They're right here. And I have payments. I mean, he's...
Let me...
This is from October of '95 until July of '96. He was a credit in the red. Those are his payments. So I gave him full credit for everything that he... and there's... or paid. I just want what he owes me plus the interest. It's accrued since. Did. I agree that it's pretty lame that he charges.
Very lame. Very lame. And nobody's...
It wasn't a matter of me charging on her card. It's like, I want this, I'm charging on
Lame.
Credit card.
and you're paying for it.
Okay. You owe her some money for the car.
The credit card?
There.
But these other charges, I mean, are his that he made.
Repairs.
Did she...
I would not have said that, yes, go ahead and use my credit
Your
card
Honor,
and I'll pay for this.
On the Your Honor's bill that she breaks down for June, does she break down what would be my charges and her charges? Mm-hmm. American Express, why wouldn't she want to do that throughout our relationship on the American Express bill that I paid?
Why?
We always did.
Just a second.
Okay, what? Yeah.
She did.
No.
But maybe she did it in this month because, you know, you don't break up. Why? Sir, things start going bad in the months before that.
A couple years before that.
Right? Well, they overnight a relationship longer than you should have. So. You know, people have to be smart, and you stayed with men and women. You don't commingle these assets and expect somebody else. Court, both waste their time going through a 5-year relationship, separates to Kleenex and who bought toilet paper and whether it was his toilet paper or your Kleenex. That's just not going to happen. Who bought... You look like an intelligent young woman. You don't let somebody else use happen, madam.
I took his word. I thought
dating
he would pay.
for 4.5 years isn't being married.
I really...
Your credit card. Why after 4.5 years weren't you married?
realize that.
Huh?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Mr. Fraley.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. So, up in June.
In July.
In July of 1996. So you broke?
Yes.
What I would like you to do is, assuming that this was valid, correct? It is not. But assuming it was, I just want you to take out the sheet evidence of payments that you made on the Visa and MasterCard on or after of 1996.
None.
All right. So that what you're in July to believe, sir,
Said everything was paid prior.
is that you were all up to date, expecting me on the Visa and all up to date on the MasterCard. If that's what you want me to believe.
That's what I want you to believe.
No way. No way.
Your Honor, breakups are...
No.
I mean, through our 4-year relationship, I paid for, and I think the plaintiff will agree that I never good financially took care of her when we went out.
I would disagree.
Well, she can disagree, basically, but since I was making more money than her, I took more of the financial burden, if you'd like, and that was understood.
Except, sir, that when you broke up, there was an $8,000 bill.
And,
So,
okay.
that was a debt. That was a debt that...
It wasn't my $8,000.
...due on Visa. Well, but a good portion, at least a portion of it, sir, was yours. A portion of it here has repairs which were extensive, and you were making minimum payments due on the account. Your car, and you break up and you decide, well, I don't have to make minimum payments anymore on the account. I'm not going to make another payment. So that, which is exactly what you did, because there is nothing in your ledger to suggest that after you kissed each other on the account, you made one additional payment, which is really sort of outrageous.
I never...
The goodbye.
Money I paid all along now.
Well, that's your problem.
I knew how much...
Judy continues in a moment.
I do believe him when he says that he paid for certain things.
Judge Judy.
Otherwise, you would have been a jerk to stay with him since he was earning 4 times as much as you were, right? In cash. Good.
And later today,
You don't, sir, ask
Yes.
your friend to step up to the mic so that you can do fisticuffs with him. It's like a boy dumber. Dumb and...
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Wendy Hickman wants her ex-boyfriend, Mark Fraley, to pay her back for credit while they were together.
She's suing you for half of this $8,000, and
For the use of...
half of it is yours. But I certainly think that your car repairs are yours. I don't even know. There are a lot of other charges here that are substantial, big ones. You know, did you go to Houma Lodge and Tahoma, California together? You went together and you charged that on the credit card, $232, right?
Yeah, we did. I paid it.
You paid.
Okay, she would charge something, I'd bring cash, and I'd pay cash. She charged it.
Who would you pay cash to?
I'd pay cash for everything else. It wasn't a matter of, okay, let's throw everything on the credit card. I'm penniless.
Oh, just a second. I understand. You went to this lodge, and how long?
I wasn't walking...
Lodge.
Two nights.
Yeah, 2 nights.
2 nights. The truth is, I see what you mean. The lodge is paid for on here, but you also had to eat. People, I assume you didn't go skiing or
I
whatever
have my
you're
own
doing.
money. It's not like penniless.
No, but he was with you, so I assume he paid. Cash.
No, not necessarily. I went
You know something? Truth of the matter is, I don't necessarily believe you. I think that you put some things on your credit card, either some things that are clearly his bills. But according to this, you did go on vacation, certain things you put on the credit card. But if you look down the same dates, they're on vacation. Dates there, like for restaurants, going out to eat, so that he probably paid some of no cash, and you put some of the stuff on your credit card. And whether that balanced itself out of the meals and 50 is anybody's guess. You still had an $8,000 nut. 50-50. Nobody is going to figure this out. Certainly, I am not going to award you $4,000. Believe him when he says that he paid for certain things in cash. Otherwise, you would have been a jerk to stay with him since he was... Because I do times as much as you were, right?
Yes.
Good. So I don't think you look like a jerk. So I'm awarding you earning $4. Consider yourself lucky. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
$1,000.
I was helping him out. He didn't have the money. He didn't have the credit to get a credit. So I allowed him to use it.
I was making 4 times as much, so how come I didn't have the money?
Credit card? I don't know. Good question. You just don't say on good faith that I'm going to pay you back. You do it. That's just wrong.
Oh, but it's okay to take and take and take, and then that's all right.
And you don't twist a view of our relationship.
And now the next case.
He's on Welton versus Lunaria Restaurant. Step forward, please. All parties.
Harmonica virtuoso Danny Welton is suing restaurant owner Bernard Jacques for not paying for his performance. Bernard claims the harmonica player's rude behavior caused customers to leave.
Mr. Welton,
Yes, ma'am.
Rude behavior.
play the harmonica.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You do that for a living?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Your complaint, you had a contract with the defendant to play at his restaurant.
We had a verbal agreement
According to...
because I...
Am I speaking? You had a contract with the defendant
Yes,
to
ma'am.
play at his restaurant.
Yes, ma'am.
You played there.
Yes, ma'am.
He didn't...
That's right.
That's what this case is about.
That's right.
He's got a defense, pay you. You didn't play and you cost him money. So, and he said, it was an oral one. How much were you supposed to be paid?
Initially, my band was
You agreed?
$350 for the band. I was supposed to get 80% of all covers. And also, I was supposed to be reimbursed 5% I took out in the Hollywood Reporter. I got reimbursed for that. Also, something very important and very dear to me, he was supposed to feed my and gave them nothing. Nothing.
No, that's not true. Even according to you, he gave him something.
Band, and
He gave him stale pizza.
yeah, well, stale pizza. That was nothing.
According to you, they ate it.
They spit it, well, actually, they spit it out.
Mr. Welton, let me explain something to you, sir. We are not going to sit and play with each other.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
This was for when this performance.
One-night engagement.
And how many one night are you supposed to do in that one night?
2.
And did you do the first one? Shows
Yes, ma'am, and it was packed.
packed. And then there was a problem, to you, sir, with the second performance. So why don't you tell me? According,
There was a drunken lady in the audience who started to heckle me.
what did you say about it?
You know, I'll be honest with you, Judge. I do not recall exactly. If I were to say, it would be wrong.
Okay, so you started shouting things.
That's right.
How long have you been
Exactly.
a performer, sir?
All my life. Since
So
I'm 3 years old.
I assume that performers do this sort of thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
And
what
I
did
know
you
how
do?
to handle 'em.
You've had people do.
I start throwing lines back at her
So what'd you?
to keep her quiet, hoping that would squelch. And her boyfriend got mad at me and threatened to charge the problem. And I said, come on. You know, he was going to the microphone. I was, you know, I wasn't going to back off. I've never taken a come up there backwards in my entire life.
So what happened?
Bernard,
So,
half a step show at that point.
Bernard, you closed the show down when that's.
Close to.
We were forced to.
Shh. You closed down the show. Is that right?
Your
What's
Honor.
happening? Very smart. Exactly the right thing to do. So what happened next?
Well, weren't that many people there because it's kind of an early type. Actually, there weren't. You get your big crowd the first show, and sometimes I noticed that there's supper club second show. The first 2 times I played there wasn't even a second show.
Oh, you played there before?
Never even before.
Did he pay you?
Yes, the first time everything went twice. The second time he broke his agreement with me. He did not pay me the cover charges. Well,
But you went back for a third time.
well, I gave him another chance. You know, I'm a sucker that way.
A sucker who never backs down.
That's right. I'm kind of an all-day, not back down sucker.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mr. Welton marched bar screaming profanity that he was not going on until he was introduced because he's very around the bar and he doesn't do things this way. Big star.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Harmonica virtuoso Danny Welton is suing restaurant owner Bernard for not paying for his performance.
You didn't pay him.
Correct.
You didn't pay him anything,
Not even
correct? No, he gave you stale pizza, Mr. Welton.
a biscuit.
Mr. Jacoby, tell me why you didn't pay him at all.
The agreement was for 3 shows, like every entertainer. Once we had to reimburse the people that were there, and we had to
You
turn
mean
away. Only did one
people for the second show,
for the second show.
for the cover charge.
That's correct.
Reimburse the people.
And we had to turn away all the people that are coming for the second and third show. We had to close the bar. We lost and bar revenue, and we lost show revenue. In addition to that, his manager, that's his present, had a tab for $80. Here it is, and he signed it saying he was going to pay it. The following day, he never did come and pay it.
Well, that's not his problem. He is not his manager's key.
Presenting Mr. Weldon. And in leaving the property, we have neighbors here. He assaulted our maitre d'. We have the copy of the security witness police report here. And it doesn't
Who's the
seem-
maitre d'?
And
What is your name?
Gerard Buck.
You have a complaint filed against this. Step up, sir. This gentleman for assault.
I did file a complaint, yes.
How did he assault you?
On the way,
Against this?
he elbowed me very hard and kicked me.
That is not true.
I then called out security, made a report, and then filed a complaint with the police. Made a report. We called the department.
Were you escorting him off forcefully?
No, the police. You can't go near him. I mean, you know, he's out of control. No,
Your Honor?
You are the manager?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
You drink a lot.
Pardon? If I may?
What?
No, that wasn't just for me. That was for other people in the audience.
Well, you drink a lot. Buying.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Why didn't you pay the bill?
Because
But you
that he's not going to pay us. And I said, you can deduct it from what you owe us. Because he said...
Oh, was that what you said?
That's exactly what I said to him.
Oh, so you told him to deduct
$80 from the amount of money he
from
owed
the
us.
$300.
Well, we had the 88... Your Honor, if I may explain.
Sure.
It's a 20 showroom with a large bar off to the right-hand side of the performance. A small and a large restaurant that opens up during the performances. Performers.
Just a second. What is your last name?
Edel, Your Honor. E-D-E-L-L.
Mr. Reed.
Your Honor.
Were you there when this incident occurred with this lady heckler?
Absolutely.
Dell. Well, didn't you tell Mr. Welton that he behaved totally inappropriately?
Absolutely. I don't believe he did behave
Sure he
inappropriately.
did.
This man threatened him bodily.
No, he didn't threaten.
No, I don't.
Started
Oh,
out-
no, Your Honor.
Mr. Riddell, just pay attention to me,
Surely.
sir. Him until he's not a comedian.
Yes, I am.
He's a You are?
He's a stand-up comedian, Your Honor. So a comedian.
Listen to me.
Yes, sir, ma'am.
When you're performing, you're in somebody else's house. You, sir, are in his house. You're in some.
Ma'am.
He has invited guests into his house.
Yes, ma'am. A couple of drunken ones.
That's possible. You weren't playing, sir, in a church. You were playing in a bar, and somebody was behaving badly.
Excuse me.
Don't restaurant. Hey, excuse me. I don't excuse you. Pay attention. Say you don't have to be a genius to figure this out. You just have to use a little common sense. If somebody is drunk in the audience, then what you do is not to have that escalate into a dangerous situation. As you try for you, for the other patrons, for members of the band, dangerous. If a situation appears to be escalating, then you use good management, not that male macho testosterone that judged about so much lately. You walk off the stage, I've heard, and you approach the owner or the manager, and you say, lady out there heckling me. I just taken a quick break. See what you can do about this lady. There's this, I can't continue to perform. You don't, sir. Because it's her boyfriend to step up to the mic so that you can do fisticuffs with him. Ask.
No, he invited himself up to the mic.
I know you said, come on up here.
Well.
You know, it's like Dumb and Dumber.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're supposed to be in charge. You're
Sober as
supposed
a
to
judge.
exercise good judgment. And good judgment is not closing down the show because you invite to come up to the stage somebody who is probably drunk because he's with a drunk somebody, according to you.
Well, he charged the stage, so I said, come on, you know.
Lady, you know, Mr. Welton, you keep changing your story. I want to tell you something. You told me your story. You said, I don't from anything. He says, I'm going to come up there, and you said, come on. Dumb, back away. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Hey, I'll be back.
And on the next Judy.
Excuse me.
It was profane language.
Next judge.
And he wanted someone to go up and introduce him. He said, I'm a very big star and I don't go on. And
I'm never belligerent to an audience. I've been a professional entertainer. I've sold millions and
Cold.
records. I think Judge Judy jumped to conclusions on this, but that's okay. Millions of records. There's a God in heaven, and as sure as he's there, Bernard will get hit because days. Is one of these.
I asked everyone in the house, did they know where my earrings was at? Everyone said no.
Missing jewelry, missing boots, and an unpaid babysitting bill. Cousins at war.
So you stole her earrings?
No, I did not steal them.
Oh, I'm telling you that you did.
They're lost. I don't know where they at. I didn't wear them.
You're a liar. And your mother is encouraging you.
Like them.
That's a fair statement, Your Honor.
I never said I didn't like them.
Well,
I just have a disagreement.
cousins usually don't resolve their disagreement in court. Mr. Scott, are you part of this lawsuit, sir?
I believe so.
None of this property that was taken is yours, is that right?
No, the boots and the earrings are not mine.
Sit down.
But I helped contribute.
Sit down. Miss Scott, you allege, I assume that this young lady stole certain things from you.
Yes, she did.
What do you say she stole from you?
She stole my figure-8 earrings that I had purchased in November. They were diamond-cut figure-8 earrings. And she stole my Timberland boots.
Okay. And you claim, how old are you?
I'm 16.
Your name is?
Tierra Walker.
Tierra?
Yes.
And you say, well, I have the earrings, right?
No, I don't have the earrings.
Who has the earrings?
My little sister, Tanisha Walker.
Where is she? That Tanisha has the earrings.
Yes.
And she'll give them back when she pays $450 for babysitting, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the boots are concerned, you have her boots?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And the reason I took her boots is because she borrowed my sneakers and didn't return them.
Yes. My mother and my sister had to go up there and get them.
But you still have the boots?
Yes, I do.
So why don't you tell me how this family tragedy began?
Well, it all started in November when me and my husband and my 2 children went over Tracy's house for a couple of weeks to stay until my house came through. When I went over there, I took my jewelry off and I set it on the entertainment system. 2 days later, when I went to put my earrings back on, they were gone. I asked everyone in the house did they know where my earrings was at. Everyone said no, including my husband. I called Tracy while she was at work, and she said she didn't know anything about them. I was hoping maybe she put them on to go to work in or something. So that was the end of my earrings. I moved out on December 2nd. I got my house. Maybe 2 weeks later, I moved away, and about a week later, Tracy called me saying Tierra ran away again. Tierra's a runaway. She ran away again, and did I see her, or, you know, did I know where she would be at or anything like that? And I told her no. And as the conversation grew on, she said, and she ran away in your Timberlands, my boots. And I was like, my boots? So, you know, I said, well, you're going to have to get me another pair. She said, no, she's going to have to get you another pair. Tierra's 16 years old. She's a minor.
No.
Shh, shh,
I'm sorry.
Shh.
Tierra is 16 years old. She's a minor. I don't expect anything to come from her. I expect it to come from her parents. Her husband, Tyrone Walker, said the same thing to me. He told me he would make sure that, you know, I would get my belongings back.
Okay. So it's those 2 things. It's your boots and your earrings.
Yes.
Step up here. How did you come in possession of her earrings?
Okay. Well, she left them, so I picked them up.
She left them where?
At my house. So I picked them up, and I said, well, Sharon, you know, kept telling me that she was going to pay me for babysitting her baby for her. Okay, I babysat, and I babysat. She never gave me no money for babysitting except for 2 times. So I just said I'll take her earrings just in place, you know, just in place of the money. But
That's
I said
a lie.
I will return them when she gave me my money.
That's a lie,
Just a
Your Honor.
second. Who did you say that to? To you? To yourself?
I told my mom, and I told her boyfriend.
You picked up the earrings. What did you do with them when you picked them up?
Nothing, I put them up
Put them up where?
on top of the refrigerator.
What'd you put them up on top of the refrigerator for?
Because she wasn't getting them back.
She wasn't getting them back.
Yes.
So you stole her earrings.
No, I did not steal them.
Oh, I'm telling you that you did. I'm telling you that you stole her earrings. If she owed you for babysitting, you have the perfect right to say, you didn't pay me the last time for babysitting, and I'm not going to babysit for you again until you pay me. You don't wait until, according to you, she owes you $450
No,
for
I
babysitting.
said $330. I didn't say $450.
Well, I have a countersuit here for $450.
Well, they must have.
Shh. And that's made up nonsense and say, well, that's the reason that I took the earrings.
Excuse me, can I say something?
Yeah.
Sharon had told my daughter on several occasions that she would pay her money for watching her daughter. Okay, yes. Tanisha agreed to it. Sharon knows that my daughter...
No, don't talk to each other.
Twice. She paid my daughter 2 times out of maybe... It was several times my daughter had
Just a
watched
second.
her daughter.
Listen to me. How many is several?
She had written it down. Okay, a total that she has gotten down so far was 9.
Okay.
2 different occasions Sharon paid her for watching her. The rest she did not. Only because my daughter being Tanisha, you know, nice and whatnot, she watched her child. She watched her child when her child was...
Is your last name Walker?
Yes, my last name is Walker.
And this is your daughter?
Yes. And she
Are you telling me, madam, that you are condoning, as a parent who's trying to set an example for their children, your daughter taking property that didn't belong to her, hiding it in your house by putting it on top of the refrigerator?
No, I did not.
Fine. Good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't want to hear from you. You're a liar.
Prove it.
You are a liar.
Well,
Yeah, no, liar. You're a liar. And your mother is encouraging you.
And later today...
You mean the child was removed from your custody? The child was removed
He was not removed. She abandoned him. She asked her brother to watch our son, and she left him.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sharon Mall Scott is suing Tiara and Tanisha Walker for stealing her boots and jewelry.
Let us say that I believe everything that you said so far, that your daughter babysat for her 9 times and was paid twice. Right?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
All right. And how much were you paid on the 2 times that you babysat?
Well, she only paid me $20.
$20 one time.
That was for one day.
Yes.
She paid me $10 the other time.
At the time that she paid you the $20, how long did you babysit for her?
Well, Marvin brought the baby over about 10, and she came pick him up like around 7.
10 in the morning, and she came and picked baby up at 7 in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And you babysat for $20 for that period of time.
Yes.
Now, the next time you said she gave you $10.
Mm-hmm.
So how many hours did you babysit at that time?
Well, that time, I said she paid me about $10 for 3 hours because I told her I would watch the baby while she go out and dance.
So let's say it's about $3 an hour. Now, the other 7 times that you say you babysat for her, tell me about them.
Okay, I babysit the baby 3 times. That was for a 1 week period.
What do you mean a 1 week period?
Okay, I babysit her for 1 week. 1 week.
What's a week? You mean for 7 days you baby?
7 days.
7 days?
Yes. I babysit her baby.
From what time to what time?
They brought the baby over on Friday. Came back the next Sunday.
You mean for a whole week they left the baby with who?
Yes, they did. Me.
With who?
Me.
Tell me about that.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
No, it's not.
My daughter right now was only 7 months. She hasn't babysat my daughter since, I say about 3-4 months now.
Did you ever leave the baby?
No, I did not.
You didn't let me finish the question. How could you answer the question if you didn't let me
Well,
finish?
I'm just saying, I did not. I never left my baby with a minor for a week.
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
Never.
Did you ever leave the baby with her for a week?
No, never.
Did you ever leave the baby for a couple of days?
No, never. I will always, if she watched my daughter, it would be a couple hours, time period of a couple hours, and I would go pick her up, or my husband would go pick her up.
Let me explain something to you. Tanisha?
Yes.
Your countersuit is for $450 for babysitting. That's what you filed.
I filed
According
$330.
to you, let's make it $330 then. So that's even less. According to you, at $3 an hour, which is what you would say you were paid the last time, you would have had to have babysat for her 110 hours. No way. Now listen to me, Miss Walker. I would suggest that you try to tell your daughters that if they have a dispute with someone, they do not resolve that dispute by self-help, which is what your daughter did. Your daughter took property, she stole it. She stole it, it didn't belong to her. She had no right to take it. Absolutely no right to take it. If she had a dispute with regard to babysitting, she always has a legal recourse.
I understand what you're saying.
Good.
And that's what I told my daughter. But She felt strongly about what she did and the reason for her doing that.
Did you explain to her strongly
You
as
know,
her mother
but-
that still wasn't appropriate?
And it wasn't appropriate of her not to pay my daughter either.
Just a second. Miss Walker?
Yes.
You got a problem, madam. Your problem is if your daughter believes strongly in the virtue of her position, you have to explain to her as her mother that whether she believes strongly in it or not, she's wrong. You don't take property that doesn't belong to you because she may have a dispute with your daughter. Put your hand down. I'm not finished with you yet because we're going to get back to the boots.
Your Honor. Also, Tanisha had 2 rings that belonged to me.
Just a second.
2 rings, a pair of earrings in my boots.
And what about, well, you're absolutely right. You have 2 rings?
Yes.
Who has rings?
I have them.
You have the rings too?
Well, she let me hold them.
And she never returned them.
Well,
because what you did to my sneakers. That's why I didn't return them.
You also have her rings because of something she did to your sneakers?
Well, she let me hold them. She never asked me back. She never asked me.
Where are they?
I don't know. They lost.
Now, the rings I was willing to pay for.
Hey! What do you mean they're lost?
They're lost. I don't know where they at. I didn't wear them personally.
Now you. Why did you take her boots?
I didn't take her boots.
You were wearing her boots. It says here that you were wearing her
She
boots.
left them over my house, Your Honor. So I wore them when I left. But she never did ask me for them back. You never asked me for them back.
Just a second. Did you get back a pair of sneakers?
I had to go
I had to
get
throw them
them.
in the
Just a
trash.
minute. Did you get them
Yes,
back?
I did.
Did you return the rings?
The
yes
rings
or no?
Tanisha lost.
No,
I was going
just
to
a
give
second.
her.
I
No,
want you to
I
answer
didn't.
my question. Did you return the rings?
No, I didn't.
Did you return the boots?
No.
Did you return the earrings?
No.
Good. How much did you pay for the earrings, the rings, and the boots?
The earrings was $350. My 2 rings was $100 altogether, and my boots was $129.
Okay. You have receipts?
Yes, I do.
I don't want to hear from you. You're a liar. You are a liar. Among other things, you're lying
the
when you
receipt
said
for
to
my
me
jewelry.
that you lost the rings.
Well, I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
lose the rings.
liar. You're a liar.
I didn't.
And your mother is encouraging you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Their mother is right now sowing the seeds of disaster with these 2 girls.
And later today,
What about the women who abuse guys financially, emotionally, every way they can, you know? And this snake right here has done that to me.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sharon Mall Scott is suing Tiara and Tanisha Walker for stealing her boots and jewelry.
So your entire suit is for $579. Is
Yes,
that correct?
ma'am.
You don't straighten your girl. I'm just telling you this. You don't straighten your girls out fast. You're going to find yourself standing in court with them a lot.
Exactly.
A lot.
Mind your business.
Hey,
See?
shh, don't start up with them. Her mother, their mother, is right now sowing the seeds of disaster with these 2 girls. She's already getting payback time, big time, with this one who ran away.
7 times.
This one isn't far behind. Judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $579. Your counterclaim is dismissed because I don't believe a word you say.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
You better not go home.
Out the bench.
And now the next case.
Parties on Malden versus Branch. Step forward, please.
37-year-old heavy equipment operator Ray Malden is suing his estranged wife, grocery clerk Catherine Branch, for stealing money orders. Catherine is countersuing Ray for taking all of their possessions.
This is not a very difficult case. I just have a few questions. Are you 2 people still married to each other?
Yes, we are. I filed papers for a divorce, and it's in default right now.
We both filed papers for divorce, and
Good.
we're
Well,
both
it's clear.
we're legally separated.
When did you separate?
First time, second time.
Second time.
Probably in October of '94.
Miss Branch, stop
Yes.
playing with your papers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When did you separate for the last time?
For the last time, it was in 1997, I believe. It was in January of '97. I
Well,
filed papers for legal
I didn't ask you
separation.
when you filed. When did you last live together?
I have the date in my papers. It was
you don't
in
remember
January.
the year?
It was in January of '97, I believe.
He says 94. Did you live with him, according to you, in 97?
No.
Did you live with him?
Yes,
Matter.
I did.
Where?
No, I didn't. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry. It was in '95. I apologize.
94, 95. All right. So now we
It's
understand.
in my papers.
You don't have to look. Shouldn't have to look in your papers to know when the last time you lived with your husband was. And what year? 94, 95, 97. That's a widespread. Okay. So you've been separated for
apologize.
several years. Correct?
Several years. Yeah.
He says that when he was giving you a lift somewhere, he had just purchased 2 money orders. The amount of $350 apiece?
370, ma'am.
$370. And that you stole them from his car.
Yes, I did. I took the money orders.
Well, you had no right to do that.
No, I didn't.
So then you have to give him back the money. Good. And this is a very easy case.
I have a reason why I took the money orders, ma'am, Your Honor.
There's no reason for taking money. I mean, I've read this, and it's you said he left you alone with a baby, and he didn't provide support, and he didn't do all these things. He didn't do all. That's what courts are for. That's why you take him to court. You take him to courts for child support. You make sure that he pays it because that's the child's right to be supported.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you don't resort to self-help.
Yeah.
That's stealing.
And
How
I
many
had
children do you have?
I have 2 beautiful boys by him.
Okay. You pay child support, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
How much do you pay? You should know that as quickly as you know the date that you separated.
$196.85 a week. That's for 1 child. I just was ordered my first child
that is not
back
true.
into the home. The guardianship that was over my child has been terminated. It was terminated yesterday.
What do you mean the guardianship?
There was, because our marriage was so bad, ma'am, there was a guardianship placed over my first child.
You mean the child was removed from your custody?
The child was removed.
He was not removed. She abandoned him.
Just a second.
She abandoned him.
Whatever it was, the child was removed from your custody.
Yeah.
And the child by the state?
Yeah.
No.
By the courts.
Not by the courts. She abandoned him. She asked her brother to watch our son, and she left him. And I could not get custody of him because of some technology, whoever it was, some things I couldn't do. Anyway, we went to court yesterday, and she did get custody of him. But there has not been any order made yet. And I am paying child support for my second son.
According to you, he's paid.
He's paying for alimony and for the child support for our second son. And
Well, the first son wasn't with you. The first son was in replacement.
No, I've been battling for my first son for the last 5 years.
I don't care whether you've been battling. You didn't have that child in your custody.
Yes, ma'am.
So he's been paying alimony, and he's been paying support for the second child.
Yes, he has.
Fine. You had absolutely no right to take this $370 in checks, and that's what it totaled. Correct, sir?
$370, yes, ma'am.
$370.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I know her past life, her life now. And like I see, she ain't changed nothing. Ain't nothing changed about her except this fake facade she has everyone to believe.
Now, you're countersuing for $2,500 for some items that were purchased during the marriage that he now has. What is that nonsense?
That's all the items like the washers and dryers, the
That'll be handled.
couch.
Listen to me. That'll all be handled in your judgment of divorce.
That's what I thought.
That's what
and
it
that's what I
will be.
thought, that the $370 would be handled in that area.
No,
also.
that you stole. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $370. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
She's the biggest crook that I've met, that I've been involved with, you know, and it bothers me to stand here right next to her. I know her past life, her life now, and like I see, she ain't changed nothing. Ain't nothing changed about her except this fake facade she has everyone to believe.
The courts in Stanislaus County took my son from me because of the way I used to live my lifestyle. But since I have repented and I do go to church and I'm not perfect,
She abandoned
but you know
him.
what? The courts ordered my son to come back home.
So this was a teenager in rebellion.
Yes, ma'am.
When the teenage girl ran away from her real mom and dad, the basketball team mom took her in.
You took this child without her father's permission.
I had her for a year.
Why did you go back to your father's house?
We all went out to breakfast, and we...
Fuller is suing chemical engineer Ray Lewanig to recoup costs for supporting his daughter, Roshika Lewanig, now 18. Ray says Doris took his daughter without permission.
Order, all rise. Your Honor, this is case number 374 on the calendar in the matter of Fuller versus Lewaneg. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may have a seat.
Miss Fuller, you're suing the defendant because you allege that he owes you money for the year that his daughter lived with you.
That's correct.
Now, this was sort of an interesting story. You took her into your home without his permission, is that correct?
Yes.
Well, why don't you tell me how that came about?
She wanted to finish her last year of high school down here to play basketball.
Where is down here?
She was at Paramount at the time, but I live in Dominguez District. She ran away before her father moved to Victorville with her friend. Her father went over there, caused a big scene, had the police involved.
Because his daughter ran away?
Yes. Rashika called her mother in Arkansas and had...
Sir, you and your daughter's mother are divorced, is that right?
We were divorced, ma'am. That's right.
And your daughter was living with you?
She let me keep her for the meantime. She wants to go down.
She was, in fact, at the time that we're talking about, living with you when she
Living
ran
with
away.
me. Yes, ma'am.
Which is the daughter? That's you.
Rashika.
Now, how did you get involved with her?
Through basketball. I met Rashika when she was playing basketball with my daughter. I was the team mother for Paramount's basketball team. They didn't have a lot of support, and I went to all the girls' games. I took the
So that's how you got involved with her?
Yes.
So now we're up to a point where she ran away from her father's house.
Yes.
And somehow contacted you.
Yes.
And you said you can come and live with me.
I talked to her mother in Arkansas.
You didn't speak to her father?
No.
You called her mother?
Rashika called her mother.
Rashika called her mother, with whom she wasn't living at the time?
No.
And her mother gave you permission for her to live in your house?
I have the notarized. She came the next day. I have the authorization.
Okay. And she signed papers, her mother signed papers for her to live in your house?
Yes, and then we went to court, and the court gave me temporary guardianship.
Okay. With her mother's permission?
Yes.
But according to your papers, not with her father's permission?
No.
Father was not happy about this. Is that right, sir?
That's true.
He said he didn't know where she was.
So how long did she stay with you?
From June the 17th, 1996 until June the 22nd, 1997.
Now, according to your papers, she played you like a violin.
Yes, she did.
You didn't know that at the time.
No. I looked at that beautiful face, Your Honor, and I believed everything she told me.
Now, you believed everything, all the bad things she told you about her father, that he didn't understand her, that he was verbally abusive to her. You believed all that?
When I first met Rashika, I could see that she was unhappy. She was crying a lot. I could tell she was an unhappy child.
So, Miss Fuller, my question to you is, you interfered with a family situation. Because when she finally left your home,
yes,
she went back to her father, right?
Yes. After she graduated from high school, she went to college.
But she went back to her father.
Yes, he gave her a car and offered her money, and she left.
Whatever, she went back to her father.
Yes.
So this was a teenager in rebellion. She left her mother's house, right, to go to live with her father? Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am. That's true.
How long have you been divorced from her mother?
Oh, about 15 years.
And how long had she lived with her mother?
14.
And how many years did she live with you?
About a year and a half until she met Miss Fuller.
Yes.
Rashika's mom told me that she was financially unable to care for Rashika and her sister Renisha. That's when she sent them out here. This is what her mom said.
Doesn't sound right to me. You don't send two children to their father after they've been living with you for 15 years or for 14 years because you're financially unable to take care of them.
She said she had had an accident and was hurt and wasn't able to take care
Well,
of them.
when you met her, when she came to sign the guardianship papers,
yes,
Did she appear to be injured to you?
Maybe.
What does maybe mean?
She seemed to, like she had a head injury, maybe.
She didn't have a head injury that prevented her from signing these guardianship papers.
No.
Or from understanding that she was turning over legal custody to you of her daughter.
She told me she was unable to care for her. Her father was abusive.
All right. I assume you have at least one teenage daughter?
Yes.
Just so you know that teenage daughters can be difficult sometimes? Or yours aren't difficult?
My youngest one wasn't.
And what about the older one?
Well, they did good. All my children graduated from high school.
I didn't
never really had any problems with them.
Well, then you should be written up in Guinness Book of Records, because most
I was
women,
very lucky.
most mothers who have teenage daughters know that they're a little difficult at times.
I was very lucky.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
At the time, I felt he didn't understand, you know, but now that I see it, and I'm, you know, in college, and I see my sister going through getting disciplined, I understand she needs it.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Doris Fuller wants Ray Lewanig to pay her for taking care of his daughter, Roshika. Ray says she took his daughter without his permission.
Now, I want to know why you think that this man ought to pay you anything.
Well, for child support, when the courts gave me temporary custody of Roshika, the judge sent us, Ray and Roshika and I, to go talk. We went to the IHOP in Compton. He offered me $400 a month child support. I said that was fine. Roshika and her dad left. When she came back, I asked her for the check. She was hesitant to give it to me.
What month was this?
In May.
That was a month before she left?
Yes.
Well, why are you suing for $4,200 if I believe you, that you say he agreed to pay you $400 a month, and then his daughter went back to him within a month? Why should I give you $4,200?
I had her for a year.
Right.
And when she came to play basketball...
I'm not interested in anything else. What I'm really concerned about is you took this child without her father's permission. You discussed the matter with her mother, not her father. Her mother gave you guardianship. You made no attempt, according to what you've told me, to get some child support from her mother, who was the one...
She sent me $75.
She sent you $75. You're suing him for almost $5,000. She was the one who gave you permission to take her daughter without his consent. He didn't even know where she was. Is that right, sir?
That's very true, ma'am.
Were you collecting welfare for her?
No.
Who was covering her medical insurance?
Her father paid her medical insurance. The one time I took her to the doctor, they gave me a $5 payment, and I paid that.
So she wasn't on anybody's welfare budget?
No.
Okay, sir. How much money did you give her in total to take care of your daughter after you knew where she was?
Well, I tried to negotiate with her because I saw my daughter in good, condition.
When was that? What month was that?
In May, right after the court hearing. We went to IHOP, and I offered, look, I can only give you $200 a month in front of her, because as far as I know, she was with her mom.
You mean before that you thought she had been with her mother?
Uh-huh.
And then you went to court.
I went to court.
This was in May of '97.
Yes, ma'am, May of '97.
And in May of '97, you went to IHOP and had this discussion about support. And how much money did you give her in May?
I didn't give her anything. I offered her $200. And
right.
I thought she agreed, so I went to the bank with her, gave her the $200.
Did you give?
I explained it to her. I cannot afford $400 because I just moved out. I got 2 young kids now of my own from my new marriage. And she's not in my budget because I know she's gone.
Okay.
Gone back to her mom.
Step up here. You're the daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you go back to your father's house?
After we had, in court, we all went out to breakfast, and we cried. Sorry.
It's okay. You were ready to go home?
Yeah.
Hmm?
I had seen my little sister, and my little brother, and I wanted to, and my father, we talked things out, and I wanted a relationship with him again.
You think that part of the problems that you were having with your dad that caused you to leave were at least in part your fault?
When I was with my mom, I never got disciplined. So when he disciplined me, I rebelled.
When you say he disciplined you?
Grounded me.
Grounded you?
Took my car away.
And your mom never did those things?
No.
That wasn't wrong of him to do, right?
No. Well, at the time, I felt...
You thought it was?
He was just all against me, and he didn't understand, you know, and... But now that I see it, and I'm, you know, in college, and I see my sister going through, getting disciplined, I understand she needs it.
Miss Fuller, let me tell you what you did, madam. You interfered in a family situation. You had no business interfering with this family situation. Took it upon yourself to take this man's daughter, who was living with him, and he seems like a perfectly reasonable, responsible man, and according to his daughter, did absolutely nothing but discipline him in reasonable ways. Grounded her, took away her car, and she wasn't used to it because her mother never did any of those things. Now, the fact that she, to you, was upset and crying and seemed unhappy with her father, that's not a reason for you to interfere in a family situation. I mean, if you took some time and if you let the situation take some time, there is a possibility that father and daughter could have worked things out. But instead, you hopped in there.
Your Honor?
Yes.
When Rashika called me, she told me her father did not have custody of her. Her mother had custody of her.
Miss Fuller, you knew she was living with her father?
Yes. We went to go get Rashika. Her mother and I went to go get Rashika. We took the Southgate police with us because Rashika and her mother said they were afraid for us to go there by themselves because he's a violent man and he had a lot of guns in the home.
Well, listen to me.
We took the Southgate police with us.
Listen to me. That was all a lot of baloney. She's back with her father. So whatever stories you got from either Rashika or her mother were not true, because if they were, and if she was genuinely fearful of her father because he has a violent temper and because he has guns in the house, she would not be living with him now.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. And later today...
So you gotta learn to get your story straight. Before you gave me some baloney story about you said, yes, you was gonna pay her back, but then your check was all messed up and you couldn't pay her back. Come on, get it together.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Doris Fuller wants Ray Lewanig to pay her for taking care of his daughter, Roshika. Ray says she took his daughter without his permission.
You butted in, and if you butted in, you gotta pay. So your lawsuit against this man is dismissed. And I suggest to you that before you take in any other teenagers and take them away from their custodial parents, and he was at that time the custodial parents, you better make darn sure that there is a good and valid reason. And that sometimes means leaving it up to professionals and stepping back. You're a biological stranger from this family. He didn't give his consent. He had absolutely no reason to have his child removed from his custody, other than the fact that, according to her, and I believe her, he disciplined her by grounding her when she did something wrong and by taking her car away. He's her father. He has an absolute right to do that. So, your lawsuit against him is dismissed. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She took it upon herself. I told her again and again, this is blood related. You're nobody.
You hadn't seen her for 11 months, Ray.
Of course I never saw her because you hid her from me.
No, I didn't.
And now the next case.
Parties on Sanders versus Murray. Step forward, please.
23-year-old Heather Sanders wants her former good friend, 25-year-old Jennifer Murray, to pay her back for the repairs on her car.
You two were good friends?
Yes.
How long had you been friends?
For about 2 years, 2.5 years.
And Miss Murray, you had an accident with your car?
Yes.
What kind of an accident did you have?
A repair problem. The car broke down and it needed some repairs.
So you asked the plaintiff if she would put it on her credit card?
Well, actually, I told her that the car broke down, and she said that she could help me out, and then I agreed.
Doesn't sound 100% logical, but let's take it from there. So she put it on her credit card, the repairs, $627, something like that?
About, yeah, $646.
And what was the arrangement as far as paying back this money?
The arrangement was that she was going to pay me half within 2 weeks after the day that it was charged, and then the balance within another 2 weeks, so altogether within a month.
What happened?
I never got any of the money back. Well, I got $100. What happened was a month went by, and she said, well, I have over half of the money, and I'll give you over the half on Wednesday, October the 1st. So I went to her house that day to pick up the money, and she gave me a $100 bill, and she said, well, I don't have any more of the money, and I will pay you back when I can. Stop calling me, stop bugging me. And basically, that was it.
Go ahead.
That's pretty much what happened. She said that I told her that I would pay her back all the money, and I made arrangements to pay her back a couple of weeks when I got paid. But something happened with my check where I didn't get paid right away like I was supposed to, and I told her that they messed my money up or something. And she said that didn't matter. She wanted her money right then and there. I said, well, my job messed up my check. I don't have it, so I'm going to have to wait another 2 weeks until I get paid.
So why didn't you give it to her after another 2 weeks?
That's when I gave her the $100. I gave her what I could. I didn't have the full amount right away.
Well, what was your arrangement with her?
To originally pay her back after a couple of weeks, but when...
That's not what you said in your answer. Did you forget what you wrote in your answer?
No, she said pay her back whatever I can, but whatever I can, just as long as I pay her back the money.
You know, you keep changing your story, Miss Murray. But bottom line is, you owe her the rest of the money. Total bill was what? $676.14. Is that the bill?
Yes.
Is that the bill?
Yes.
All right.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
I'm just going to remind you, Miss Murray, that you swore in your answer that the agreement was that you put it on the credit card and you would repay back small amounts, small payments, just as long as the statement was covered for the month. And that the reason you didn't pay her back all the money is because then she said she wanted it all back at one time. So you got to learn to get your story straight.
That is what happened.
Well, you didn't tell me that before. Before you gave me some baloney story about it. You said, yes, she was going to pay her back, but then your check was all messed up and you couldn't pay her back. Come on, get it together. Okay. Judgment in this case for the plaintiff in the amount of $576.14. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
She started off nice, and then she got irate, and then she started banging on my front door, and then she started making threatening comments and stuff, and she turned to a different person. She has an evil side to her, like she'll snap, like, I don't know, just weird stuff. Not friendship stuff.
There was no real friendship to begin with if money can come through. Money can come between it.
She came speeding into my driveway with a car, came at me, threw a punch. I'm proud to be a Marine lieutenant. I ducked, it hit my shoulder.
The war between the tenant and his landlords ended in a tense showdown. But why?
I still, for the life of me, don't understand what you're suing for.
Got a touch of the flu.
I still, for the life of me, don't understand what you're suing for, except that I do understand that for a short time, you entered into a lease agreement with the defendants.
Correct.
And that was because you were going to have some medical treatment.
Yes, sir. Ma'am. Excuse me.
Where do you live normally?
I was living in Vallejo at the time and attending the Martinez Outpatient Veterans Clinic. And because of the problem couldn't be resolved by their doctors, they suggested a specialist, not a veterans doctor, in Palm Springs, an internist. So I came down to see him.
And you needed a place to stay for a couple of
Correct.
months. You found an apartment in their facility, in their
First
complex.
30 days I stayed in a motel. It was too expensive. Then I found the Brentwood.
Now tell me about your lawsuit. Tell me why you think that they owe you $4,700 or $4,800.
First of all, the verbal agreement, of which I have a receipt for, so it's also in writing, was $600 a month from September 7th to October 7th to November 7th, 60 days. And I have a receipt dated that day, and I'll show you. I have a whole file of exhibits for you, Your Honor, if you wish to see them. Let me look at mine, though, so I can give you your copies right now if you wish to look at them.
You rented an apartment, according to you, for $600 a month from September 7th until October 7th.
Well,
Stop, don't rustle papers.
Excuse me.
Don't rustle papers.
November 7th, Your Honor.
Well, you left before October, correct?
I left on the 29th of September to go to Vallejo, flew back to pick up my car, my clothes, and to make my final visit to Martinez Hospital.
How long did you live in their apartment?
From September 7th through the 29th.
Of September?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much rent did you pay altogether?
$1,200.
You paid $1,200.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get any back?
I got $400 back.
When did you get the $400 back?
I told her in writing, on September 27th, here is the balance of $500, which brings the apartment rental to November 7th. And they only take cash, no checks, no credit cards. And I put 3 items. Please ask the maid to clean up. She hasn't cleaned anything.
Did I ask you a question? I
Yes,
said, when did you get the $400 back?
I got the $400 back after that note, and I got the $400 back on 9/29.
So, you asked for a refund, and you got a partial refund.
Correct.
So you asked for how much, sir?
The rent from September 7th to October 7th is $600. They gave me $400 back. They still owed me $200 for the month of October. I paid October all in advance. I paid $700 for the month of October, Your Honor, and I have documentation to prove that.
Please. You said you paid him $1,200 altogether. You got $400 back, which means from your hand to their hand ultimately was $800. Correct?
Correct.
All right. And you lived there for a month, and you said your rental
I
agreement...
lived there, no, Your Honor, I did not live there for a month. I lived there from September 7th to September 29th when I went home to go to the hospital and get the rest of my clothes.
Okay. I am assuming, sir, that for the purposes of argument, that's the month of September. So that's $600.
For 3 weeks.
Okay. Which means $200 owing. So you want to tell me why they owe you $5,000?
Okay. They still owed me $100 from my $700 October payment. They owe me $145.53 because when I came back from the emergency treatment at the hospital on October 2nd, I walk into my apartment and there's a gray-haired gentleman with a Pennsylvania license plate on a new Cadillac sitting on my sofa, and both of us say simultaneously, "Who are you?" I said, "This is my apartment. I just rented this apartment." I said, "You can't. I have a lease till October 7th. It's now the 2nd. So I go see Miss Barden. She said, "Well, you left." I said, "I didn't leave. Where's my clothes? Where's everything?" "What clothes?" Wait a minute. I flew back to Vallejo to pick up my car and go to the hospital. I didn't carry it. I had 3 left shoes in me because I still can't. I haven't worn shoes in on my right foot in 6 months now, 6.5 months. Where's my jacket? Where's my slacks? Where's my 3 pair of left shoes, my underwear, bathing suit, et cetera, et cetera? Nothing was there. I said, "Where's the rest of my money?" She said, "Well, you didn't give me the key back." I said, "I forgot the key. They were on top of the TV. And you stole the telephone." I said, "What are you talking about? You're not getting your money." So I claim 7 days rent at $20.79 a day comes to $145.53. The total now, with the 100 she still didn't give me, was $245.53. Using her exhibit, and I think Your Honor should look at this. It's her handwriting.
Just would you get to the thousands? So far I'm hearing hundreds, sir.
Okay.
Get to the thousands.
You have to forgive me, Your Honor. I got a touch of the flu. My brain is not as fast as it normally is. This lady claimed she was a nurse. The stress, harassment, this stuff, that stuff that she put me through continually came to my house after I filed the first small claims case, which I filed on November 18th, and she never accepted it. But she came speeding into my driveway with a car, nearly knocked the mobile home down that I was now renting, came at me, threw a punch. I'm proud to be a Marine lieutenant. I ducked, it hit my shoulder. She sped away at 30 miles an hour, and it's at 10-mile-an-hour park because a lot of seniors there walk around with walkers. So I call the police to file assault charges. I work with the DARE program with the police department, so I know all the cops. I tell them what's going on. They come back and they say, Don, she says you're throwing eggs and confetti and stuff all over her car. I said, don't be silly. Here's the small claims case. I just filed it 3-4 days ago. Stay away from her. She's crazy. If you want, get a restraining order. I said, forget it, Pete. I'll tell her to stay away from me. He said, we already told her don't cross the street. And that was the assault aspect. So I'm now charging $3,845, punitive due to the dire medical condition I was in, and she knew it, because she saw me every day sitting at the pool, my feet raised, because the doctor said you got to get the blood going the other way. And she's a nurse, et cetera, which I'd love to know.
I didn't understand the complaint when you wrote it, and I still don't understand it.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I told him, you are the best from Budapest. He says, what? He probably believed I say you are the best.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 66-year-old Don Landolfi claims he has a refund coming from landlord Rod McMillan, and he was assaulted by apartment manager Greta Barden.
What I don't understand is, you were in the apartment for, assuming for the purposes of argument, for the month of September, at a rent, according to you, of $600 a month. You understood that you were not getting prorated rent for the 7 days. You were paying $600 for the month of September. You paid, according to you, $1,200, which would have brought you up from September, when you moved in, until November 1st.
7th.
Or November 7th. But something happened. I'll let them have their chance to explain to me what their version of the events was. Something happened, and when you came back from your trip, you found somebody else in the apartment. You had already, prior to that time, sir, asked for your money back, and you were already given $400 back before you took this plane ride home. Is that right?
Semi-right.
No, I'm always right. Before you took the plane ride home, they gave you back $400. That's what you just told me. Now, what did they give you the $400 back for?
Because I had paid the whole month of October 7th to November 7th in advance. $700 I had paid.
So, why did you ask them back for the rent?
Because they wouldn't fix the electric plug, the TV didn't work. It said, I told her I would get out on October 7th, 1 month rental, yet I paid you for 2 months. So I wanted my $700
okay,
back.
now I see. So, you left on September 29th, and you had already received back the $400.
For October.
For October, with the understanding that you were going to vacate the apartment by October 7th.
Correct.
Oh, now it's coming clear. I knew eventually we'd get to it. So when you came back on October 2nd, really just for the purposes of picking up your clothes or your things.
And living there for 5 more days.
And living there for 5 more days, you found somebody in there.
Correct, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when you left to go home on the 29th of September, who did you speak to and tell that you were going to be back on the 2nd of October?
The manager of the complex, Greta Barden.
Okay, Ms. Barden, you are the manager of this complex.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm getting to you. Did he tell you that he was coming back when he left on September 29th?
He told me he was leaving, and that was it. That he was tired with the place. He demanded the money. I told him I will keep, because since he did not paint, then he had to pay for the electric bill, which was $106 plus. And then I told him I will return the other $100 when he returned the apartment key. I saw him moved out and he did not give me the key. But then when I went to look, and it seemed like he was gone, I found this in the door, that it said, my place until October 10th, stay out note. Then I called the police. I asked Mr. Robert Hernandez from the SWAT team in Palm Springs came over. I said, sir, this gentleman has moved out and left this note there. What do I do? So he asked, he knocked, and there was no response. Then I opened with the master key. He told me to stay out, not to walk in. He walked into the place, calling his name several times, loud, all around the place.
All right.
He came out and he told me I could go in then.
Okay. He was paid through October 7th.
Right.
And you moved somebody in there on October 1st.
I believe so.
Okay. So you owe him for a week.
Right. Excuse me, but the police told me since the place was vacant, because he checked with me the closet and everywhere, since the place was vacant, that apparently his clothes were warm.
I don't care what the police told you. You know, if they wanted to be lawyers, they would have gone to law school instead of police school. What I'm telling you is you owe him a week.
Right.
Because you charged the other man for a whole month.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you
$1,000 a month.
Shh. So you owe him for a week.
Yes.
Clarification. Note here, signed by him, says, I'm leaving 7 days early, therefore my attorney as you, etc.
Let me see.
And our problem, he wanted to be reduced.
All right, just a second. Let me see this.
Well, here's our answer to that. This is the answer.
Exhibit 12, Your Honor. My exhibit.
Mr. Linforti, he said, I am leaving 7 days early. Therefore, per my attorney, as you caused this situation, you owe me the $100 plus 7 days at $20.59, or $145.53. Total $245.33. Okay? Now, so
excuse me, there's one more sentence there, Your Honor.
Yeah?
Due to my medical condition, no stress aggravation is due to me. At noon today, please, they never gave me the money. That makes October 7th the official departure date for me. They never gave me the money.
Whatever. They can't keep
What do you
this
mean,
money
whatever?
anyway.
I paid for the month of September,
Just a
Your
minute.
Honor.
You can't rent a place twice.
I agree. Thank you. Thank you.
They owe you $245.33.
Excuse me, Your Honor,
Ma'am.
53 cents.
Excuse me.
If you say 33 cents,
I say 53, 145.53. Oh, okay, excuse me.
Your Honor.
Yeah, excuse me. Say I'm wrong.
I am 100% wrong.
Good.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I said, when are you going to stop this? So stupid guy. And he came at me with this part of his arm. He pushed me in this part, and I went backwards.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Don Landolfi says his former landlord, Rod McMillan, and apartment manager, Greta Barton, owe him a refund on his place.
Listen to me. That's what you owe him. You can't rent a place twice. That's unfair. Now, let's get to this assault nonsense.
Let's get to my clothes first. That's $700 worth of clothes, Your Honor.
Just a minute. Was there anything in the apartment?
No, ma'am. The police is a witness. He walked in there first, and I walked the second time with him.
I'd like to see the
There was
police
nothing,
report.
and it was the telephone gone, and it was a coffee maker gone, were all the lights on, the air conditioner in full blast. There were the two TV sets on, and
so all the electrical equipment was on.
Was on. Plus, he took everything from the apartment, plus the telephone.
Let's get to the assault, please. Did you go to his house after you were served with a small claims summons?
I did not. I was not served ever with any small claims court, Your Honor.
But did you go to his house?
He kept putting eggs and vanilla ice cream and soap in my windshield. I called the police.
Just a minute. Did you see him do that?
I did not see him. I slept in my car several times trying to catch him. For some reason, he was not there the days. One time when I came and I found the egg in my car, since he was living across the street, I saw him drive away after he saw me get to my car.
So you thought it was him?
I believe it was him. There was no other reason for anyone else to be.
Okay.
Then,
so you thought it was him?
Yes.
So then what did you do?
Then since I had the egg, and I was sick and tired of 6, 7 times doing this, and the police, all they did was a frequent patrol. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll stop it because I was ignoring it. So I thought I'll go over, and I knocked at his window in his trailer park. I knew it was his car because it says Marine. So he came out, and I said, when are you going to stop this? So stupid guy, I said, I'm sick and tired. So he said, get out of here, get out of here. I'm going to sue you. And he came at me. How could I attack him when he's older than me and everything? And a Marine, I wasn't going to about. I was too scared of his size and his mental condition. So with this part of his arm, he pushed me in this part, and I went backwards until I was able to turn around and hold myself against the trailer, or I would have fallen to the ground. I made a big deal out of it because I was scared, so I wanted the neighbors to be aware that my presence, so he would not do anything drastic to me. He kept screaming at me. He said he was going to sue me and everything. So I went in my car. I drove to the manager of the place. I showed him my car, and I explained to him that this was done by Mr. Daldolfi, and if ever was done by anybody in the parking place, to please come and look for me, because I was a witness to what harassment he's been giving, sexual harassment and all kind of harassment, and I wanted them to be a witness. Oh, I would be happy to help him. So I went back to my apartment, and I called the police. They came, they talked to me, then he went over to him and told him to stay out of my place, not to even call me, because he was calling me several times. He was coming over my place, knocking at the door, demanding the money. I was one time at the lounge, and he came over me. I was not aware he walked into the place, and he called me a bitch and insulted me, and he walked away because I told him there was no money coming to him. I had to call the locksmith. I have to.
Okay. Okay. Does he still, what?
There is a locked gate to that property. You can't get in unless you have a key to the lock. So
It was
everything
unlocked
she told
during
you.
the day.
May I finish, please? I can't use the word perjury. That's your decision. This lady is lying to Your Honor.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
I find, after hearing this case, you own the property, sir?
I'm the president of the association.
And you're the manager?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a lie also. She's not the manager anymore.
I'm a temporary manager.
She's manager at that time.
Are you feeling better, sir?
A little bit. Thank you, Your
Good.
Honor.
I'm going to help you feel a little bit better, Mr. Landolfi. But not a lot better, sir. Not $5,000 better. They owe you $245.33, period. And I suggest that if you still live next door to each other or across the way, you stay as far away from each other as is possible. This case is over.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
At one time, he told me that he would like to move into my apartment to save on the rent. At that time, I told him he can very nicely go and sleep at the bottom of the pool.
I came out, and she went like this. I'm taught the duck hit me here, and then I pushed her. You act like a man, you're going to get treated like a man. But I didn't hit her. If I hit her, she wouldn't be here right now.
I told him, you are the best from Budapest. He said, what? He probably believed I said you are the best. But I repeated it more clearly, that you are the best from Budapest. In that moment, he jumped out of the pool and he says, that's it, I'm moving out of here.
There's no doubt in my mind that he called the police. He grabbed me, punched me, and knocked me through a plate glass window. The man has been a nuisance from that very first day.
You were smoking.
The fight broke out when he got fed up with the complaints of his 70-year-old neighbor.
I had him down, pounding him pretty good.
You'd better stop drinking because you...
School principal Carl Martin got in a fight with his neighbor, Michael Jones, 35, and is suing him for a broken window, pain, and suffering.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 407 on the calendar in the matter of Martin versus Jones. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Martin, Mr. Jones, according to your papers, lives in your neighborhood.
Yes.
And he assaulted you in April of 1997.
Correct.
Tell me what happened, sir.
Do you want me to start with the event that precipitated the attack?
I think that's probably a good
one
place
evening,
to start.
I was watching television. I heard noises, and then I heard horn honks, and I started looking out my window. It's very dark. The street dead ends into the ocean, into the boardwalk. And I'd hear a horn honk, and I'd look down, and for a period of about 30 minutes, I would see a lighted match, and this gentleman had bent over the steering wheel, and I didn't know whether somebody was trying to hotwire an automobile. The intermittent honks, does he have an accomplice? Is there something going on with a robbery? I didn't know. Finally, I decided that I'd better call the police. I didn't call 911. I called the police number and asked for an investigation. The police came out. He was crunched into the shrubbery and parked illegally up over the curb, and they gave him a drunk test, arrested him, and took him away in handcuffs.
Did you see the face of the person at the time you called the police?
No, I didn't have any idea. It was too dark. I had no idea. It was a new truck. I've lived in that neighborhood 39 years. I'd never seen the truck before. I couldn't tell who was in the car.
Now, Mr. Jones, were you arrested on that evening?
Yes, I was, Your Honor.
Okay. And was the arrest for being intoxicated and in a truck?
Driving under the influence, though the truck was parked in a driveway.
So far his story is correct. Is that right?
Pretty much so.
And did you find out who it was that had called the police?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so what happened next, sir?
About, it was on the night of April 18, sometime in the middle of the evening, this fellow came to my door and started cursing me and threatened to kill me. I slammed the door in his face and went into my home and called the police and told them what had happened. That I was a witness, which I was a reluctant witness to let the police use my name in the first place. Now I have this fellow on my back and I need some help.
Okay.
They said to call him if there was any trouble there nearby. They came and asked if I knew where he lived, and I knew he lived in the alley in an apartment nearby. So the police officers went back to locate him. They couldn't locate him according to the police report, and I have the copy of the police report here. His truck was illegally parked. A sergeant came and they opted to tow the truck away. When he appeared on the scene, he started using vulgar language, calling the police officers four-letter words beginning with an F at least 10 times, according to the report. And they left. I walked down.
They left with his truck?
No, yes, they towed the truck. So I went back up and started watching television and kind of fell asleep. There was a banging on my door. I answered the door. He grabbed me, punched me, and knocked me through a plate glass window. And we had a fight in the street that lasted 5 or 10 minutes. My neighbors called the police. They arrived, and by this time I had him down, pounding him pretty good on the ground, and they restrained me, picked him up, put him in handcuffs, and took him to jail.
So what kind of injuries did you sustain as a result of this, sir?
Well, I have, if I may, these are the photos the police took.
And I'd like to see the police report as well.
Here's the police, and I've highlighted some of the statements. In addition, I had Charlie Horse, a sprained knee.
How old are you, sir?
I'll be 70 in September.
All right, Mr. Jones, let's cut to the chase. The first time you were arrested, you found out who it was. You were pretty angry. I assume you were pretty angry. And the second time your car was towed, you went to his house. Is that right?
I went to his house the week following the DUI. And yes, I was upset because I was not driving. But that's
not his
beside
fault.
the point.
That's not his fault. So what did you go to his house for?
Because he had called the police, and he gave them reports that are not accurate, not true.
Like what, Mr. Jones?
The crashing, the banging, the horn honking. Just not true.
Oh, how would you know that if you had been drinking?
I was not oblivious, Your Honor.
Good. you were angry, Mr. Jones, at the wrong person. The person you should have been angry at is yourself. You live in a different building, correct?
Correct.
But you went to his house.
Yes, I did.
Why did you go to his house?
I had never seen the man. I had never confronted him with his comments that he makes to me and other neighbors.
Don't tell me about other neighbors.
Okay. He is correct. He slammed the door in my face, and I went home. I'm in bed, and I hear a commotion out in back, and yes, my truck is being towed. And there's no doubt in my mind that he called the police.
Okay.
You know?
So you came out of the house?
When I went to his house, he slams the door. To me, that was the end of story. I go home, go to bed. And yes, now I'm upset.
Well,
and
you went to his house. You just didn't go into his house. You knocked at the
knocked-
door of his house, and you
knocked
must
on
have
the
said
door.
something to him. What did you say to him?
That I wanted to talk to him as to why he was doing these things.
In a nice, quiet tone of
I
voice.
probably wasn't quiet, but I was
Probably
not belligerent.
So he slammed the door.
Yes, he did.
And so you went home and went to sleep.
I was in bed, yes.
And your truck was again parked illegally.
Questionable.
According to the police, it was
According to the
parked
police.
illegally. So they came out and they were towing your truck, which woke you up.
Yes.
And what did you do?
I watched it being towed away, and I went over to Mr. Martin's house again. Knocked
This
on.
time you must have been really angry because you went over the first time a little bit angry. The second time you were smoking.
I was angry.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You pled no contest, sir, which means you were found guilty. So if you don't remember that, sir, I suggest you better stop drinking because your brain is getting fried.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 69-year-old Carl Martin claims 35-year-old Michael Jones knocked him through a plate glass window after Carl had him arrested. He's suing for damage and medical bills.
So what did you do when you went over to him, Mr. Jones?
When I was knocking on his door,
At what time was
it's like
this?
the man had baited me because he did not come out of the house. He came down the sidewalk bellowing, "You son of a bitch."
Why do
Now, I don't know the man. I have no idea of his age. I know that I was being threatened by this person coming down the sidewalk at me.
What were you doing at his house, sir?
Do I not have some type of a justification to find out why this person is doing these things to me?
Uh-huh. Now, you were arrested, Mr. Jones, is that right?
Yes, I was.
Bail posted?
Acquitted.
Bail posted.
Yes.
Did you go to trial?
Yes.
Was there a trial?
Yes, there was.
And you were found not guilty.
Correct.
Is that right, Mr. Martin?
I'm not aware of that. I have a statement here that he was ordered to pay restitution for damages, but...
Let me see. Just a second. When you say you're not aware of that, Mr. Martin, that's very interesting to me, sir.
Well, I wasn't aware of the decision by the police. I was angry that he was released.
What I'm asking you, Mr. Martin, is did you go and testify at a trial?
No, I did not. I was not invited.
You did not go
Did
to
not.
testify at
I
a
did
trial.
not.
Well, you can't have a trial, Mr. Jones, unless the complainant is there to testify. So how did you have a trial without him?
To my knowledge, I don't know his exact words, but what he told the judge was because of the history, prior history.
If you don't know what the exact words were, sir,
In
then you
effect-
don't know. Say, listen,
in
sometimes
effect, he
that's
called
hard
us-
for people to say, I don't know.
In effect, he called us mutual combatants.
Okay. Now, you said there was a trial and you were
Arraignment.
acquitted.
Arraignment.
You said there was a trial and you were acquitted, so that was a falsehood. There was no trial because at a trial you have a complaining witness. And since there was no complaining witness, you didn't have a trial. So you had something else.
Well, I'm not sure what it is, Your Honor. You have to forgive me.
You
I'm
are an
not,
intelligent man, Mr. Jones, I think.
familiar with the judicial...
My 9-year-old grandson knows the difference between a trial and not a trial. Mr. Jones.
Yes.
This is addressed to the plaintiff. And it says you, Michael Charles Jones. That's you, right?
Correct.
says the above-named person has been ordered to pay restitution to you for the damages incurred to your property in the crime of which he or she has been convicted. A hearing in this regard has been set in the Long Beach Municipal Court on September 19th, 1997, in Department J. Now, I assume, sir, that you appeared in that proceeding on September 19th, 1997.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And what happened?
It was dismissed because there was no conviction of the crime.
Could I see the paper that you have?
This is just a letter stating that I don't have the disposition of the court cases, but the judge at that hearing determined there was no grounds for restitution if I was not convicted of anything.
Mr. Jones, are you serious with me, sir?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Are you really serious with me?
I'm very serious.
Uh-huh. Let me explain something to you. The prosecuting attorney indicates that you, A, pled guilty to driving under the influence of alcohol.
Correct.
And that you were to appear in court on September 19th for a damages hearing.
And I was there, Your Honor.
And
Mr. Martin was not there.
he doesn't have to be there.
I don't know.
He doesn't have to be there.
Okay.
And the case was not dismissed. Mr. Jones, case could not have been dismissed.
Your Honor, it was dismissed.
Well, let's go find out. You want me to go find? You had a lawyer in that case?
Yes, I did.
What's your lawyer's name? Let me
It's on that paper.
Joette something or other?
Courier, yes.
Let's go see. Now, I do have your permission to speak to this lawyer, don't I, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I think people like this should be handled in a way to see that they don't repeat this sort of an attack on a
You are
citizen.
one malevolent, mean-spirited, delusional character. You know that?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Retired school principal Carl Martin fought with his neighbor, Michael Jones. Carl wants his medical bills plus pain and suffering.
Yes, Miss Courier, this is Judge Sheindlin. I'm calling with regard to a client of yours, Michael Charles Jones, who is currently a litigant before me in a civil action stemming from a representation that you gave him some 8 or 9 months ago. Are you familiar with him? He is appearing before my court today in civil action brought by Mr. Martin. I have his permission to speak with you. If you want me to verify that, I will. Now, he has given me permission because there is an issue involving the disposition of the assault case with regard to Mr. Martin, and I have letters from the prosecuting attorney, and I opted to call you prior to calling him because I figured you would have this easily at your disposal. I have a letter here dated the 23rd of May from the prosecuting attorney, C. Raymond George, which indicates that Mr. Jones had been convicted, I assume on a plea or a no contest. Now, that's the issue. Can you resolve that for me? Was there a plea? Was there a negotiated disposition? And what was it? Sure, absolutely. Good. You're much more organized than most lawyers, if you can find the file so fast. How long will it take you to look it up? And all I really need is just the disposition on this particular assault case where the plaintiff was Carl Martin. Okay, will do. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Order. Step back up, please.
Mr. Jones, your file is so thick, your lawyer needs 15 minutes to find the right case. And then I'm going to call her back so that she can give me the disposition on this particular case, which you say you were found not guilty on.
The files were so convoluted between the two
charges of the DUI and the assault. They mixed them all together, and yes, it's very difficult to sort anything out.
These two files between the DUI and the assault case
They
were not
all
the...
came under the same case number.
They're not the only files she has to look through of yours, sir. Right?
That is true, Your Honor.
Right. You've got a big file, Mr. Jones.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Yes, Miss Corriere, please. Hi. Well, did you find it? Did he pay the fine? You don't know. Okay, so the... Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Order. Resume your places, please.
Now, Mr. Jones, your lawyer is lovely. You pled no contest, sir, which means you were found guilty, because the judge explained to you at that time that a plea of no contest was exactly the same as a plea of guilty. There would be a conviction. Your sentence was suspended on condition that you pay $300 in fines on this case. So if you don't remember that, sir, I suggest you better stop drinking because your brain is getting fried. Plea of no contest is just like you pled guilty or went to trial and were found guilty. That's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. That means, sir, that in this civil proceeding, where the quantum of proof is a lot less than beyond a reasonable doubt, you owe him the money. The only issue is, how much do you owe him? Let me see those pictures again.
You want to see my bills also?
I'm not interested in your bills.
This
You
was
wouldn't have
not a
any bills.
one-sided
You wouldn't have
event.
any bills, sir. You wouldn't have any bills. Put your hand down. You're winning. Be quiet. You wouldn't have any bills if you stayed in your bed. That's why you pled guilty. So I'm
not
looking
going to
at
argue
these.
that point, Your Honor. That is totally incorrect.
Listen to me, sir. Then I suggest you go back to your lawyer and tell your lawyer that you made a big mistake by pleading no contest. Because right now, that's what you have. You have a plea, you have a sentence that was suspended, and you have a fine that you were supposed to have paid, which I assume you paid, of $300. That's to the court. The issue of damages to the plaintiff was never addressed. So I'm looking at this gentleman's face. And this face is worth, sir, exactly what you're suing for, which is $5,000. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Somebody needs to confront people like this to let them know that they can't get away with their maliciousness, their pettiness. And like I say, I'm not the only one. Sometimes you have to take a stand.
I think people like this should be handled in a way to see that they don't repeat this sort of an attack on a
You are
citizen.
one malevolent, mean-spirited, delusional character. You know that?
Happy to
Why
be able
don't
to
you go
report the
seclude
facts.
yourself in your house again with your $5 grand and enjoy it, and you can drink yourself to death. I ended up through
and the
that window
police-
also and severed nerves and
And
tendons
the
in my
police,
hand.
thank God. And
Yeah,
the
you
police
like that,
statement,
don't you?
Damn right. When I'm a tax fellow, you're going to get what you got.
See, now we start to see the man's true nature. The man's a sociopath.
He ought to grow up and get some conscience and maybe be able to deal with the truth.
She was upset with things that was going on in the house.
Their teenage daughter chose to live with mommy, then daddy, then mommy again.
You forgot the fact that the two of you are the grown-ups. She's the child.
Now she's suing daddy for a promised graduation ring.
Teenagers in this kind of situation always...
Jessica Thompson is suing her father, Bob Thompson, for refusing to pay for her high school ring.
Order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please, all rise. Now, this is case number 384 on the calendar in the matter of Thompson versus Thompson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, please, ma'am.
Excuse me, are you her mother?
Yes, I am.
Could you step up here, please? This is your mom?
Yes.
That's your dad?
Yes.
And you are suing your father because you say that he owes you a class ring.
Yes.
So let me understand this. How long are your parents divorced?
I believe since I was 5.
And how old are you now?
18.
And for most of that time, you lived with your mother?
Yes.
But there came a time when you left your mother's house?
Yes.
To go and live with your father. How old were you?
17.
Why did she leave?
We had an argument.
Not just one, I assume.
Oh, typical mother-daughter, clean your room, do what I ask you to do kind of arguments.
But they must have escalated into more than that for her to, I assume, call your father and say, can I come and live with you?
Yeah.
So?
It was that, and I checked into the school out there, and they had a production class that I was looking at. That looked real promising.
No. You had it with your mother, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I assume, Miss Mason, that you had at that point had it with your daughter?
Yes.
Now, were you in favor of her going to live with her father?
No, I thought that was a bad decision.
So you get this call, sir,
Yes.
from your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the call.
She was very panicked. She was upset with things that was going on in the house there. She had stated that on numerous occasions she was told to stay home from school to take care of her youngest sister. She said that she was sick and tired of living in the house. She was sharing a room with her aunt. Her aunt had been there for a long period of time, and she had 2 children who were living in the same room as Jessica. Jessica was tired of that. Her aunt was getting up in the middle of the night, screaming at the children, cussing at them, and she was just tired of it. And she wanted a better way of life. She thought that she can get it in Memphis, which we promised that, you know, if you want to come out here, we will do the best we can for you.
Okay. Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, sir, that was your first mistake. Because I assume that the first thing you didn't do, don't have that look of incredulity on your face. Teenagers in this kind of situation always lie. Because they got 2 parents who live far away from each other and who don't communicate. So the first thing you should have done was pick up the phone and call your former wife.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
In hindsight, that was the right thing to do. Because when your daughter got to your house, everything was okay for a while, right?
Yes, it was.
But then after a while, it wasn't okay. Tell me why it wasn't okay.
Well, after quite a few months went by, things were very good. She got enrolled in school, she was making friends, she got involved in church programs and things of that nature, made friends through the church. Things are going great. Long about December, my father was very ill in the hospital. After about the 4th week of his hospitalization, my wife Rhonda and Jessica and I flew out to California here to be with my father in his final days. During that time, Jessica said that she did not wish to confront her mother, did not want to cross paths with her. And we said, you know, it's whatever you want to do, but, you know, we can't guarantee that that will not happen because my youngest daughter would more likely be at the hospital, be with her grandfather.
So you have 2 children?
Yes, I do.
With your former wife?
Right.
Are you in touch with your younger daughter?
Yes.
Do you see her?
It's been a while since I have seen her.
How old is she?
She's 14 years old.
Okay. So you came out to California to be with your dad, and they crossed paths.
Right. Actually, what happened, Jessica
had the urge to see her youngest half-sister, and we set up a meeting 2 days after my dad passed away, and they met in the Northridge Mall. It was going to be for a period of 3 hours. You know, we agreed to it. We said, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. We're not going to stop you. Even though her mother had a notarized letter saying she disowned her daughter completely. Afterwards, we found out that, according to Jessica, she was forced to write in a letter in the furniture department of JCPenney saying that there was items that she did not want sent back to Memphis. Previous to this, we were trying to get her belongings sent out here to us. Her mother at that time said that her belongings were turned over to other family members and Jessica was not entitled to it till she was 18 years old.
Yeah, according to your paper, sir, to make a long story short, first there was a custody battle that you had.
Right.
With your former wife.
Yes.
And you retained counsel for that, and it was a costly process.
Right.
And that custody battle was ultimately resolved with your daughter living with you.
Right.
Now, you say you had a notarized letter from her mother saying she totally disowned her.
That's correct.
Did you write that letter?
I gave up custody till she was 18, yes.
Does anybody have a copy of that letter?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it. I mean, if you say you gave up custody, but that was not before there was a custody battle that was waging between two jurisdictions. Is that right?
Right.
This is from an attorney, and this is a letter from you indicating that you, biological mother of Jessica Ann Thompson, relinquish all my court-appointed rights to Jessica, including physical custody and visitation, until her 18th birthday.
Right.
So you must have been really angry with her at that point.
I was. I was
Sure you were.
very, very angry.
Absolutely. All right. Now, you were so angry that when she wanted her property back, you said no. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Which forced you, sir,
yes,
to start litigation to get her property back.
At Jessica's request.
Okay, so you got a lawyer for that.
Right.
That cost you money.
Exactly.
And then she goes to the mall, meets her mom, and then signs, according to you, in the furniture department of JCPenney, a letter saying, I don't want my belongings back.
That's correct.
And you had already paid your lawyer for that,
yes,
et cetera. All right, so things started to get not so good.
Right.
But this didn't have to do so much with the belongings. You felt as if she was manipulating.
Yes.
Which is what she had been doing from the beginning, Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You didn't give them back, right?
No, I did not.
Why? Because you were angry.
I was angry.
Right. And these were her things.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jessica Thompson moved from her mother's home to her dad's. When she fought with Bob Thompson's new wife, she says he reneged on a promise to buy her her high school ring.
During this time, some point, she was going to graduate from high school and needed money for a class ring.
Yes.
And the book and everything else, which is what all this is about. And you gave her how much?
We offered $300 to assist to getting the ring and the graduation announcements for the high school in Memphis that she was going to graduate from.
But then there was a big brouhaha in your house.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Okay. Following the initial meeting that she had with her mom, Jessica's attitude started changing. It wasn't a drastic change, but it was noticeable. But we were able to deal with it. In February, she bought the CD from a group. It was a group called Cake.
Cake?
Yes. What it stands for, I have no idea. But there was a song in there that she apparently thought that was a good song to listen to. Well, in our house, we do not allow music of this nature because of the language that's in there, the four-letter words, what they imply, the implications that come out of the music. When Jessica bought the CD, the little girl across the street had gone to the record store with her to get it. In our car, we have a CD player. Jessica put the CD in and played that particular song twice on the way home, according to the little girl across the street. Now, the little girl across the street, she's very religious, comes from a religious family and a strong background. So it was pretty offending to her, but she was also told by Jessica not to say anything about it.
Anyway, it started out with the CD with this group. Things got bad in your house, Mr. Thompson.
Yes. This is leading up to it.
Get to it.
Okay,
I mean, I've had teenage girls.
Okay. Well, because of the line that Jessica had told us about the CD and denying the entire incident, we felt it was best to put her on restriction. We told her she cannot do any after-school activities with her friends for a week. She was not allowed to speak on the phone after 8 o'clock at night for a week. And we felt this was reasonable punishment for a week's period.
Okay, because she lied to you.
Right.
Okay.
Well, she took very much offense to it.
Rules.
Rules, exactly.
And she broke the rules according to this.
Yes.
And then there was an explosion in your house with your wife.
Right.
According to what I read here. Tell me about that explosion with your wife.
Okay. Jessica...
Why don't you step up here? Your name is?
Rhonda.
You tell me your version of the explosion that happened in the house, Jessica.
Well, I had gotten home from school to eat lunch and then go back up to the school because we had the play production rehearsal that night. And I was told by Rhonda that I was grounded, and I was told by my dad that I wasn't. So I was getting two sides of the story. So Rhonda came home early from work, and as I went to leave the house, she stepped in my way and wouldn't let me out the door. She grabbed me both by my arms right here, and she turned me around and she threw me against the wall. And then as I tried to move away, she pushed me back against the corner of the china cabinet. And then she finally sat me down in a chair and put her knee on me and then called my dad.
Rhonda, let's hear.
After I found out that Jessica wanted to go home, back to LA, I came home to talk to her about it, to find out if that's really what she wanted to do, or was she just wanted to go home because she didn't like the restriction, the rules, that we had set forth. In the course of the conversation, she goes, "I'm not talking to you. I'm leaving." I said, "No, you're not either. You need to stay here and we need to talk about it." And at the time, her dad was still at work, and he knew that I was coming home to talk to her. And when she tried to leave, I did stop her from leaving. I called her dad, and I said, "You need to come home now. We need to talk about this." And that's what I did.
How did you stop her?
I did put her in a chair, and I said, "You will sit there till I get your dad on the phone, and you can talk to him." We got him on the phone. She talked to him. She even told him, "I'm not staying here. I'm leaving." And he said, "No, you need to stay there till I get home." And she did.
She stayed. Mm-hmm. And when he came home, what was the discussion, sir?
I was trying to get both sides of the story to figure out what all went on. Jessica did appear to be very unruly. Rhonda said that she was swearing, saying that she was leaving, she was running away, she was going to take the car. It seemed to get way out of hand.
Okay, now, so it all got out of hand. Bottom line is, you ultimately canceled the ring.
That's correct.
And you canceled the ring, why?
Because of what went on in the past, and that I did not feel that Jessica deserved the ring for what she went through. When I grew up, I was told whatever I got, I earned it. We all earn what we get in life. Mm-hmm. Okay? I didn't feel Jessica had deserved the ring, particularly from a school that she wasn't going to graduate from.
She was fine until the time she found out it was canceled, and she just demanded that we owed her.
We have a letter here stating everything that she wanted, that we owe her, and how, as a 17-year-old, it's okay to do whatever she did. Mm-hmm. It's clearly stated in this letter.
She disowned him. She said, "You're not my dad anymore."
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
What he gave her was nothing, a parent who wasn't there and a stepmother who was abusive.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jessica Thompson wants her father, Bob Thompson, to pay for her high school ring and to return her possessions.
Mr. Thompson, how much did your legal fees cost you?
All total, it was close to $3,000.
Mm-hmm. Did you have legal fees?
No.
Mm-hmm. Can I say one other thing?
Sure.
In the course of everything that was going on, and she was packing her stuff up and everything, we also found a letter in her room addressed to us from our attorneys from the last court hearing in February that Jessica had gotten out of the mailbox because she didn't want us to know what was in there. Up until the time we went to court in February, she kept saying, "I want my stuff, I want my stuff, I want my stuff." And in turn, she has called her mother and said, "No, I want to come back home." and it's presented in court, and it's in this letter that she steals out of the mailbox.
You two people made a mistake. And your initial mistake was that you forgot the fact that the two of you are the grown-ups, she's the child, and that you have a responsibility, despite the fact that you haven't been together for years, to have a united front with regard to a 17-year-old who doesn't like to live with rules. Because that's why she left your house, and that's why she left your house. Because she didn't like the rules. It cost you a lot of money, it probably cost you a lot of aggravation. Right?
Right.
Because you have to know that just as she probably told you some tall tales about what happened in their house which caused her to want to leave, she told them a lot of tall tales about what was going on in your house which caused her to want to leave.
But when I tried to call their house when she was back there to speak to Bob, they would never let me talk to her or him.
The house.
There was a phone in Jessica's room that she had.
Listen, your daughter is 17 years old, madam, right?
Well,
She's 17 years old. You signed a piece of paper really disowning her. Not only custody, but said visitation, which is really no contact because you were angry. You've got to act like the grown-ups. In any event, I don't see that your father owes you a darn thing. Nothing. You didn't graduate from that high school. You graduated from a high school in California, correct? Right?
Yes.
So I don't see that that ring has any sentimental value, aside from the fact that he's your father. That's a rule. He makes the rules. You're living with him? He said, as long as you're living with me and graduating from the school, I think you should have a ring. Here's the budget for the ring. It's $300. You didn't graduate from the school. You picked up, you left. Why should he give you anything? Why? You caused both of these people a lot of aggravation. Your mother and your father. You want to say that she didn't cause you aggravation? Were you going to say that to me? Were you going to say to me?
No, she calls me aggravation.
Absolutely.
But the ring, on the other hand, he said it was a gift, the $300.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
You're still not following, madam.
Well, he didn't
You're still
tell me
not
he
following,
canceled
madam. You shouldn't be on her side. The two of you should be together so that she knows she has a mother and a father who are both people of goodwill, both responsible, but who aren't battling with each other.
You can't battle with somebody who won't speak to
Why
you.
didn't you give her back her things?
She didn't want them.
No, yes, you did.
No, she didn't.
No,
She wanted
listen to
certain
me.
items.
That's not true.
She wanted certain items.
That's not
That is
true.
true.
She wanted certain things.
Right. But she
And
made
you,
out a list.
and you didn't give them back to her. You didn't give them back, right?
No, I did not.
Why? Because you were angry.
I was angry.
Right. And these were her things. You made him initially get a lawyer, go to court, and sue over the things that were, according to you, hers, because you were
angry.
Angry. So is he. So is he. He's angry that he spent $3,000 because he got stories from his daughter about how she was being abused and mistreated in your house. He brought her to his house, and within a relatively short period of time, she was being abused and mistreated in his house. She wants to go back to your house. Don't you see any similarity between the things that you wouldn't give back to her and the ring that he wouldn't give her?
No.
No? You're wrong. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Yes, she's part of the family.
No, she's
okay,
not.
listen. Okay?
She never has been.
As far as I'm concerned,
Listen.
you aren't either. No, I'm not listening to you.
But
Okay.
obviously you have no respect for your dad.
I don't anymore.
You can hate me all you want, okay? One thing is very clear. I'm your father.
I don't want to. I don't want to have anything to do with them.
It hurts. There's no doubt about it. You know, I've always been there for Jessica.
She grabbed me by the back of my hair, turned my head completely around, my body still facing forward, and punched me. She knocked me out. She turned around and she smacked me. Oh my God.
When their two little girls got in a fight, these two moms went to war.
She had my head in between her legs like a scissor lock, pounding on the back of my head.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, this is case number 223 on the calendar in the matter of Hutnick versus Reese. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies.
Ladies, quite frankly, I was appalled when I read your papers. To think that two women in front of their children would engage in this kind of conduct is absolutely unbelievable to me. Ms. Hutnick, according to your complaint, you were assaulted by the defendant in McDonald's.
Yes, I was.
She says that you assaulted her. This was all done in front of your children.
Yes, it was. Birthday party.
So you want to tell me your version of the events, please?
I had dropped my daughter off, Melissa, at a birthday party and went back to pick her up about 45 minutes later. And upon as I was walking in, I noticed this person next to me.
The defendant?
Yes, Connie Reese. She was hovering over top of my daughter, who was on the bottom of a playland. It was a playland area inside the McDonald's. And my daughter was sitting on the bottom of the slide, and she was crying. And
so there were slides and tubes. I've seen those things where the kids go in and play. They take off their shoes, and they go inside and they play and eat at the same time.
Right, run and eat. And I walked up to the slide, and I asked Connie Reese if there was a problem, whom she was not part of the birthday party. I did not know who she was at the time. And she said, well, your daughter and her friends are up there picking on my daughter and won't let her down. And I looked at my daughter, and she was very upset. She was crying, she was hysterical. I said, Melissa, is this true? And she said, no, Mom. She said, we were all up there playing together. I accidentally stepped on the girl's toe. She said, I told her I was sorry. Mom, honest, I did. I said, well, you know, if you did, you've done the right thing. I said, come on, we'll come over here and sit down. I took her by the arm. I guided her to the table where they were cutting the cake. I said, we'll have some cake and then we'll go home. Well, Connie Reese continued to follow me to the table, and she came up to me and she said, is that all you're going to do? And I said, well, you know, she did say it was an accident. She said she was sorry. She'd done the right thing. I said, you know, I don't know what else you expect me to do. And with that, I guided my daughter again by the arm, went to another table to sit down. Connie Reese came up to me again, and she put her face, her nose, right up against my nose, touching my nose. Out of the corner of my eyes, I could see Melissa and 3 of her friends underneath the table. They were crying and screaming, and nothing was said at that time, and I thought, you know, I'm not going to fight this lady in front of these girls. So I walked away a second time. She came up to me, and she starts yelling from behind my back, and she says, you know, it's parents like you today who don't know how to raise their kids that makes these kids the way they are today. I stopped, I turned around, I said, you know, I'm sorry. I said, I don't know what your problem is. I said, this obviously is not affecting your daughter. She is up there playing. My daughter's down here crying. You know, and with that, I walked away. I had my back to her. She grabbed me by the back of my hair, turned my head completely around, my body still facing forward, and punched me. She knocked me out. When I had come to...
Punched you in the face?
She punched me in the face. When I had come to, she had dragged me 20, 25 feet across the playland. With my head, if I may show you, she had my head in between her legs like a scissor lock, pounding on the back of my head. And I said, you know, what is your problem? Get off me. I said, you know I am pregnant. And at that time, one of the ladies at the birthday party picked her up and just got her off of me. And with that, she got her coat, she grabbed her daughters, and ran out the door. And somebody had yelled, did you get her license number? Did you get her license number? I ran out and got her license number, came in, and I continued to, I called the police. They came, they issued a warrant out for her arrest. She turned herself in. They did put her on probation for a year. But in the meantime, the next day, I didn't go to the doctors that night. The next morning, I went to get out of bed. I could not raise my head up. I went to the doctors. I did have a concussion. They did an MRI, CAT scan.
Do you have your medical bills, which is part of what you're suing for?
Yes, I do. And there's also a letter from my doctor. About a week and a half later, I did miscarry.
Okay, I'm ready to hear your version of the events.
Well, I went into McDonald's with my daughters, and I was there for about 15 minutes, and I told them to go up to the slide and play while I went to go get the food. And no, I told them to sit down there until I got the food, and I came back, and they went to go up to the slide because the food was too hot, and I told them to go on, go up the slide. And my oldest daughter, she's too tall to go in there. She wasn't playing in there. The youngest one, she went to go in there, and we heard like a blood-curdling scream. And I told my oldest daughter to go up there and see what's going on. And she went up there, and she said they wouldn't let her down the slide. They penned her in. They both had, one was on one side, one was on the other, and they wouldn't let her down. And so my daughter proceeded to go down the tubes and not go down the slide, go back around the way she came.
Okay, get to the bottom of the slide. Now that they're at the bottom of the slide.
Okay, they're at the bottom of the slide. Well, I yelled up there, and I was going, let her down, because they wouldn't still let her down. And her daughter had came down, and I said, I asked you to come down. Why didn't you come down when she was screaming that loud? And she puts her hand on like this. She was not sitting on the slide. She was standing up talking to me like this. I wasn't hemming her in. She could have got down any way she wanted to get down, just like that. And then she came in, and with her, you know, biker stuff on, she was like coming towards me like she was going to kill me. And she didn't get a chance to even hear what I had to say. I was going to tell her what was happening.
Don't tell me what you were going to tell her. Just tell me what happened.
I proceeded to tell her what was happening as she was talking to her daughter. She didn't come to talk to me first. She talked to her daughter. And I said that I tried to get your daughter to come down the slide, and she wouldn't come down the slide. And she got smart with me, and she turned around and she smacked me.
Oh,
and
my
when she
gosh.
smacked me, she scratched me. She had these nails that were like real long, curly nails, and she smacked me. She smacked my face and dug into my face, and I turned around about 3 steps where there was people. Where the slide is, there's no people, so nobody can see you. You got to go like
So you're saying she assaulted you?
Right. She smacked me first.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I didn't talk to no lawyer or nothing. I didn't have nobody.
You swore that you spoke to a lawyer from the hospital. Is this a lie?
No.
Is this a lie?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Marty Hutnick is suing Connie Reese for putting her in a headlock and punching her face. She wants her medical bills paid.
So you're saying she assaulted you?
Right. She smacked me first.
And then what did you do?
I turned around, I walked up to her and I said, no wonder why mothers are the way they are. The way the kids are today is because mothers like you. And I smacked her back in the face because she smacked me. And then I proceeded to walk away, and she grabbed me by my ponytail and scratched the back of my neck. And she's the one that was dragging me. I didn't have her in no headlock or anything like that. She had me by my hair, and she was dragging me. And we were both, I told her to let go, and we both let go, and she came back right after me I told her to let go. She come right back after me. And I told her friend, when her friend came charging after me, because it was a birthday party, and she had 2 friends that were there too. And they come charging after me and smacked me against the garbage can, which made my younger daughter fall, and I sat on her head, and she was sitting down there. And
this is after the other people were taking you off her?
Right. No, they were taking the girls off of me. A boy came in, like 16 years old, and got all 3 of the girls off of me because she was screaming down below because she was crunched between the garbage can.
So these are the questions that I have for you, because I read your answer. So these are 2 diametrically opposed stories about what happened.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
First of all, you swore to the truth of what's in this answer.
Right.
So it is true that you pled, in effect, guilty to criminal charges and were placed on probation. correct?
No, it's not correct. I was in the hospital for 30 days.
I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't gotten to the issue of the hospital
So
yet.
I didn't get to, I got served a warrant after I got out of the hospital because I didn't appear to be able to have my side. I went right into the hospital that day.
Miss Reese, let me see that. First, let me see the hospital record.
I don't have no papers. My attorney's out of town and I try to get him. My attorney is out of town. He couldn't give me the papers.
Miss Reese, you don't need papers from your attorney to prove to the court that you were in a hospital for a month as a result of this incident, okay?
Well,
I'm going to read you some, you have what?
I got pills to show that I was in there. I'm still taking them.
Pills don't tell me when you went to the hospital and what you were doing in the hospital for a month, because I'm going to read what you wrote. First, you say you were admitted to the hospital and stayed there for a month.
That's right.
And then you say that you spoke to your lawyer from the hospital. That's what you said here. But then you say that the reason that you didn't appear in court was because you were in the hospital and nobody told you about it. Because you were served with papers while you were in the hospital. That doesn't ring true to my common sense. Because if you had already spoken to a lawyer when you were in the hospital, you would have known about a summons or a warrant being issued for your arrest. So you already had a lawyer, according to you, when you were in the hospital. Is that right? That's what you swore to here.
Not in the hospital. At 2 weeks after I got out of the hospital, I was.
No, that's not what you wrote here. That's not what you.
I want to tell you, I got out of the hospital 2 weeks later, and
so
then
it's just a second. So you weren't in the hospital for a month. You were in the hospital for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and then I was in therapy for 2 weeks.
So now, right now you have two mistakes here in your sworn answer. You weren't in the hospital for a month. You were in the hospital for 2 weeks, and you spoke to the lawyer.
30 days.
What?
It's still 30 days. I was in the hospital. I was in there, admitted from morning till almost night every day for seizures. I'm
Miss
serious.
Reese, you were in the hospital now, according to you, for 2 weeks.
Right.
And according to you, you didn't speak to the lawyer from the hospital, even though that's what you wrote here. Because then you write.
Because I didn't have nobody. I didn't talk to no lawyer or nothing. I didn't have nobody.
You swore that you spoke to a lawyer from the hospital. Is this a lie?
Hospital.
Is this a lie?
It must have been a mistake. It's not a lie.
It was a big mistake, but it's very clear. You didn't say I spoke with a lawyer. You said I spoke with a lawyer from the hospital. Then you say, when you were released, you were arrested because you hadn't appeared in court. But that troubled me, because if you had a lawyer that you spoke to in the hospital, then you would have known that you had to appear in court. And then you write that you did go to court. I ended up with a lawyer who told me to plead no contest.
That's right.
And I had no idea what it meant, but I thought I could trust my lawyer.
Well, he wasn't a good lawyer. He ended up being barred from the association. That's why I went to a different attorney.
You know, you have a lot of stories. You have a lot of good answers for everything that I'm saying to you.
But I'm telling you.
But then you went to court, and you appeared before a judge. And the judge explained to you what your rights were, correct?
That's correct.
Told you that you had a right to a trial, correct?
Correct.
And you said that you didn't want a trial.
No, I did not say I didn't want a trial. He told me just to plead no contest.
The judge never told you to plead no contest.
No, he didn't tell me. My lawyer told me.
Try to remember what the judge said to you. The judge said to you...
He asked me if I understood everything.
And what did you say?
And I told him no.
And you told the judge no, and the judge said, "Well, that's okay. Then I'm going to take your plea anyway." That's what you're telling me a judge said?
No, he explained to me.
Okay. And he explained to you that you had the right to a trial. And that by pleading whatever, either no contest or pleading guilty, it's the same as a guilty plea, and you would be found guilty of these charges. Didn't the judge explain that to you?
Yes, he did.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You've got more stories than Carter has pills today for what you wrote in your answer. I didn't write that. I didn't mean that. I was in a hospital for a month. I have no proof.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Marty Hutnick says Connie Reese assaulted her after their daughters got into a fight at a birthday party.
After the judge explained that to you, you pled to these charges of assault. Isn't that right?
Because that's what my lawyer told me to say.
No.
He did.
No.
I don't know nothing about the law. He's the one that told me that.
You knew enough when you were in the hospital, according to the statement, to call a lawyer. Miss Reese.
No,
See what
I didn't talk to a lawyer until 2 weeks later, until I got out of the hospital. I don't know why it says I was in the hospital and called from the hospital.
You wrote it. It's your statement. I mean, this is so you have no proof to show me today that you were in the hospital, is that right?
I have no proof. I have proof that Olivia was in the hospital, but I don't have no proof that I was in the hospital. But
Olivia was in the hospital for what? That's your daughter?
Because I sat on her neck and put her neck into her all the way down, crunched her arms.
That doesn't tell me about you sat on her neck, but that doesn't tell me about what happened between the two of you. You pled guilty right now. There is a guilty plea. That is guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have been found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of assaulting the plaintiff by your own admission. And until that is overturned, until you go back into court, if you plan to, and I don't even know if you can because you were placed on probation, is that right?
I'm off of it, yeah.
You were placed on probation, is that correct?
That's correct.
For how long?
For 12 months.
And did you serve your probation?
Yes, I did.
Then there is no way that you can go back and have your plea expunged. So in 12 months, you didn't go back to court and ask to vacate your plea. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes.
And what did the judge say to you when you went back to court?
He told me to go to civil court.
So the judge refused to allow you to take back your plea. Is that right? The judge refused to allow you...
I wasn't there. My lawyer went there by himself.
Miss Reese, you cannot go back to court and ask to vacate your plea unless you're there. And in that way, you have to explain to the judge that you didn't understand what was going on, you were given bad advice, all those other things. You're coming to me today, and I'll tell you what the posture is of your side of this story. Okay. You pled guilty beyond a reasonable doubt to assault. You were sentenced, and in fact, you fulfilled your sentence because you served 12 months on probation.
My new lawyer is trying to get me off of all that, to remove it.
Your lawyer may try to get you all off of it. Right now, that is the posture in which you stand here today. Guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this assault by your own admission. So I have no intention of entertaining your countersuit. All I can do is tell you this. Ms. Hutnick, your lawsuit is requesting your medical bills and a certain amount for pain and suffering in the amount of $1,750. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
When I came out here before, I said to you both that I am absolutely appalled at this, and I understand. I mean, I've had children myself, so I know what happens sometimes when kids get caught up in these things at playlands, etc. They should never escalate to a physical fight in front of children. That's outrageous.
I went right to the police station right after it happened.
Miss Reese, aren't you hearing what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
You pled guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
I wasn't in the right state of mind.
Well, I don't know whether you were in the right state of mind today, but right now,
today I am.
Right now, you pled guilty beyond a reasonable doubt before a judge who explained all of your rights to you. You've got more stories than Carter has pills today for what you wrote in your answer. I didn't write that. I didn't mean that. I was in a hospital for a month. I have no proof. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I did talk to a lawyer in the hospital. I didn't talk to a lawyer in the hospital. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,750. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
She tried to sue me for $10,000 for psychiatric treatment, which she said she received after, which she probably did, but she needed it before she met me.
I looked at my car and then I saw Lily on the driver's seat. I ran after her but she took off at high speed.
He says she stole his car for no reason. She says she had a reason.
She was crying, saying that he was going up her skirt.
Did you put your hands on her?
No, I did not.
Everything he told me was a lie.
Good, so you stole his car.
I just wanted to go home.
Don't lie to me.
Vandalizing it. Lily claims her friend was being attacked and used his car to get away.
Order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please, all rise. Yeah, this is case number 305 on the calendar in the matter of Mohammed versus Nava. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Oh, Byrd, it always worries me when I see evidence in a plastic bag.
Me too, Judge.
Mr. Mohammed, you are suing the defendant. Would you stand up straight, please, as a court? For $750 because you say she stole your car and vandalized it. Is that right?
That's right.
You and the defendant went to a club together, correct? Dance club. You were with a male friend, and she had 2 other female friends with her. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. It was a Mexican nightclub, so that's when
I don't see how that's particularly relevant, madam. Whether it was a Mexican nightclub or what kind of a nightclub
What would he
it was.
be doing at a Mexican nightclub? You know?
We're talking about his car, not about what kind of club it was.
Okay.
Just be quiet and pay attention. So you're inside the club and you're dancing, and I assume doing what you do at a club, and it came time for you to leave. According to your complaint, you got into your car. You were in the passenger seat, front passenger seat. Is that right?
Yes.
Your male friend and your 2 female friends were in the back seat.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, you acknowledge that you took his car.
I didn't take it. The police report doesn't say I took it, my friend took it.
That's what you say. You say your friend took the car and you left it at your brother's house. We'll get to that in a moment. Now, according to your complaint, sir, you got out of the car.
Yes.
Tell me why.
When I was leaving the club, there was a girl, excuse me, there was a girl that I spoke to earlier at the club. She flagged me down to talk to me. I parked my car, left the car running, went around the car to talk to the girl.
How far away from the car were you at that point?
2 feet. I was right next to my car. I was talking to her. My friend was in the car, so I felt safe since he was on the back seat. He got out of the car to join the conversation.
So he left the girls in the car too, and the 2 of you guys went and talked to this other girl.
We were standing right next to the car talking to the girls, correct?
Was there 1 girl or more than 1 girl that you were talking to?
1 girl.
So the 2 of you guys were talking to 1 girl.
I was talking, he was listening.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then as sudden, I saw my car moving, like backing up. I looked at my car, and then I saw Lily on the driver's seat. I tried to run after her to stop her, like telling her to stop. And the security guards in the club, they also ran after her, but she took off at high speed. I ran to a payphone in the parking lot, and I called 911. I reported the car stolen. The police responded within minutes. They tried to screen the whole area around like the club. They couldn't find the car.
Now, you ultimately, according to your complaints, had to take a taxi cab home for $100.
Actually, 115, and that was about 3 hours later because I had to walk for about 3 or 4 miles to get to the nearest payphone at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I called the cab, and I went
And then
home.
you got the car back. Ultimately, they found the car.
Correct. Actually, she took the keys to the police department, and she told them where the car is.
Okay. How much later?
I would say about at least 16, 17 hours later, I was able to locate my car.
Now, describe the car when you got it back, sir.
The car was very dirty. There was vomiting on the door, on the inside, on the interior and the exterior, on the carpet, on the leather. There was so much trash, like fast food trash from Jack in the Box. The property inside the car was badly vandalized.
What property?
I had a radar detector.
You had what?
A radar detector.
Radar detector.
That I paid $380 for it. This is the mounting bracket, and this is the wire connection, and that's all what's left from that device. My Ray-Ban sunglasses were flattened. Somebody has been sitting on them, so they're not usable. And as you can see, that the whole frame is twisted.
What's in the bag? In
the bag, actually, this is my belongings were left like this. If you look at them, Some of them are business documents. Some of them are checkbooks that have been taken out of their cover. My credit cards were like all
Well,
over
were
the
these in a
place.
suitcase or an attaché case or just in the glove compartment?
I had them.
just on the
I had
floor.
them. I had them like
In
this
the bag.
in the trunk. I had them like this in bags like these in the trunk. And then when I found the car, everything was trash and the bags were empty and the credit cards were all over. Until this point, I don't know if there is any of the credit cards missing or the IDs that I have because it's just a big mess for me to go through it in such a short period of time.
All right.
If you want me to itemize the parts that were damaged or missing.
In a minute.
Okay.
Now let's hear your story. Look at me.
Okay.
Because I read your answer.
Okay. He picked us up and we went out. There was no intention, like, you know, we didn't go as a date. We went as friends.
He called you or you called him?
He paged me, and I called him back.
So you called him?
Yeah, and he asked me, what are you going to do tonight? I said, I'm going to go out. And then he says, well, why? Because we were going to go out before, but I was like, I didn't want to go out with him. And
So
then
you
so
went
we
out.
went, he came and he picked us up.
You and two friends?
Me and my friend here, my other friend, she moved already. They picked us up. They weren't even dressed to go to a club at all. I mean, he was wearing like jeans and some shoes with no socks and like almost a t-shirt. It was like a t-shirt. And we went out, he didn't do anything. All he did was sit down the whole night. We were on our own.
Miss Nava.
Yes.
He may not have been dressed to go out to a club. I think you are not in the position to even refer to that, since in my judgment, you are not dressed appropriately for court.
Well,
Do you understand?
I'm coming from work.
I don't care whether you're coming from work. Did you
I'm
ever
coming
hear
from work.
Listen to me, Miss Nava.
You know.
Did you ever hear the word sweater?
I don't have a
All
sweater.
right.
It's hot
Come on.
outside.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The way he was dressed was awful. Awful. No class at all. To drive a nice car like he does, he has no class to dress.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Nikki Mohammed and Lily Nava met at a club. Nikki says Lily stole his car and trashed it. Lily says her friend was being attacked and needed the car to get away.
And then what happened?
Him and his friends were out somewhere, and me and my friends were just our way. So it was time to leave, and we were leaving. Okay, I had went inside to go to the restroom. My friend was in the car, and my other friend was in the car. When I come back, my friend here, and it's sitting down, she was kind of drunk, and she was crying, saying that he was going up her skirt. Because she was out the sunroof. They were parked, and she was standing out the sunroof. That he was going up her skirt. And I was like, why are you doing that? And then he started yelling at her. I was like, why are you yelling at her? And he was like, hold on. And that's when we reversed, and he parked. So after that, my friend Sandra, she didn't drink at all. She was mad because of what he was doing to her. And she's here to explain it to you.
This one, the one who was drunk? The one who you just told me was drunk. She's going to explain it to me? This I got to hear. Right here.
Water.
Well, I was just like on the sunroof. I was outside saying bye to my friends.
You were on the sunroof?
Yes.
You mean you were sticking your head out of the sunroof?
Yeah, but the car was parked.
Oh.
And I was just saying bye to my friends because we have friends there. And all of a sudden, the guy, I don't know who it was, I just saw a guy with a beard. He was going up my dress. He lifted my dress up.
So you didn't know who it was?
No, I just saw a guy, because I saw his face and I just saw like a beard on his face.
Yeah, go ahead.
And that's it, and that's all. And I got down and I sat down and I was crying because nobody has ever done that to me. And I don't like that, so.
You shouldn't drink to the point where you don't remember what's happening to you, madam.
No, I remember what happened to me. I know what he did.
She wasn't passed out.
Did you put your hands on her?
Your Honor, they were all wearing pants. None was wearing dress. So
She was wearing a dress.
I was wearing a dress.
And to answer your question, no, I did not.
Well, you were in the sun. Listen to me carefully. See, because I'm reading your answer here. Common sense suggests to me that the story that you're telling me is a lot of baloney. Let me tell you why. What I'm hearing is that he got out of the car to talk to another girl, which ticked you off.
No.
Just pay careful attention, because she's sitting in the back seat of the car. He was driving the car. How do you get him.
The car
putting-
was stopped.
We were
The
parked
car
in front
was
of the
parked.
club.
Doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, it
Park
makes
is
a
car was
difference.
parked.
It does make a difference.
So, hey, listen carefully, ladies. So what you're telling me is, let me suggest this scenario, if it helps you. He got out of the driver's seat. He came back in the passenger seat where you were, because you were in the front passenger seat. That's what you just
She
told
was
me.
in the middle. The sunroof,
I was in the back.
The sunroof is right
I
in
was
the
in the
middle of the
middle.
car, and she got up, and then he got back in the car.
See,
I
I
guess
was
when I
just
was
up.
gone.
I just got up. I was waving by
In
to
the
my
middle,
friends.
it's in the middle. The sunroof is in the middle of the car.
Let me ask you this question, Miss Nava.
Nava.
You had two friends with you. One's drunk, right? And you just came back from the bathroom. And you're at a club where there are all kinds of security guards, right? Why didn't you take your drunk friend and your other friend and get out of the car and go into the club and say, we're having some problems with the people who brought us?
Because he was yelling at us, telling us to get in the car. He was like, get in the car, get in the car. I'm like, calm down, what's your problem? He's like, get in the car, we're gonna leave already.
So what you're telling me is, listen to me, so what you're telling me is instead of, you were frightened of him. So instead
I'm not frightened of him.
So what did you get into the car?
I wasn't frightened, she was frightened. I just wanted to go home, that's all.
So why didn't you go? Who do you live with?
My dad and my brother.
So why didn't you go into the club and call your dad and call your brother? Let me tell you what you said here in your answer. Quiet! Let me tell you why. I read your answer and it all doesn't sound very kosher to me. You know what kosher means? They don't serve kosher food in a Mexican club. All right. You say, Sandra will appear with me in court.
She left already.
Just a second. So she's not here. Sandra,
Yeah.
the one who you blamed for actually driving
I
the
didn't
car
blame
away.
her. She was driving.
No, that's what you say. I just rode
But the
along with
police
Sandra.
said-
Hey,
We didn't blame her.
Are
She
you?
said it.
Are you?
We didn't blame
Try
her.
not to talk over me. Listen, madam, you don't know what was happening. You were drunk and probably vomited all over the car.
No.
All right?
That's not even true.
So, listen to me. Try to listen, ladies. You say that you did this because you were afraid for your own safety and your friend's safety, and that's why you took the car.
I didn't do anything. My friend drove the car. I didn't drive nothing. She got in the car and we left. She said,
we were just in the car and she just took off.
The police called at my parents' house, this is what you wrote, and I told them exactly where they could find the car, and they picked up the keys from me with no problem or questions, and they recovered the car.
Because they asked for me at my house, and they were over my house. We came back in the morning to my dad's house, and the police called me.
You came back in the morning?
Yeah.
Well, where were you all night?
At my brother's house.
Why?
Why? Because that was the nearest place we could get there. We just got there and we stood there. I didn't want to go home with the stolen car to my dad, so I went to my brother's.
Yes. I love it when a game plan comes together.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's older, she could drink all she wants. That's how I feel.
I wasn't driving, so it's all right.
Oh, please. They tell me Costa Rica is a very good place to live in retirement.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Nikki Mohammed is suing acquaintance Lily Nava for taking his Lexus and vandalizing it. Lily says she only borrowed the car and did no damage.
Let me see your damages, sir. You have...
I have $115 for taxi.
Okay.
I had $46.90.
Just a second, Bert. Turn on the buttons, because, you know, Mother doesn't know how to do buttons.
That's all good.
Mother knows how to do truth, but not buttons. Go.
$115 for a taxi cab.
You're a big tipper. Yeah, go ahead.
No, actually, it's about 35 miles.
It was
distance.
$100 here that you wrote here in the complaint, sir. When you put it on the back here, you said $115. So I assumed that it was $100. You gave him a $15 tip. Don't lie to me. You want me to show you? You want me to show you your complaint?
Actually, it was miswritten. But anyway, it's $115 for taxi cab. It's $46.90 for rental car. It's $35 for the key emblem.
When did you rent a car?
The next day.
Why?
At 9:30, because I had no car. I had to go about my business.
Why don't you tell your girlfriend to take you?
Madam, madam,
When I received the keys back,
Ay, ay, ay. This is our future. Go ahead. This is our future.
when I received,
Come on, come.
When I received
What
the
else?
keys, when I received the keys back, they were missing this emblem, $35 worth of emblem. The Whistler ES80 detector, that's worth $380. Ray-Ban glasses that are flattened for $125.
Get the Ray-Ban glasses.
$165.
165?
$165 for detailing.
For the what?
Detailing.
What's detailing?
Detailing the car, to clean the car, to clean
To clean it.
the
Oh, to
vomit.
clean it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
And
want to clean out the car.
$16 for jumper cables that were missing from the trunk.
Jumper cable.
I don't think that they took your jumper cable, sir. Hey, Bert, are these
We didn't
nice
take
Ray-Bans?
anything from his car. We left everything there.
Quiet. You trashed his car. There isn't a question in my mind that you and your friends trashed his car.
He could have put it all together by now. Look at that bag. It's been like 6 months now.
Mr. Mohammed, I want to tell you something. Bird, you like this?
Yeah.
It was still has it in the bag.
She may buy him.
125 for the Ray-Bans?
Yeah. 125 for the Ray-Bans. What else?
That's it. That's
how much
the
we got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I got
7 items.
682.90.
682.90.
No. That is not correct.
That's what he's got. Bird never makes a mistake with the calculator, sir.
$115.
I'm not giving you
Okay.
credit for the emblem, sir, on your keys. Go ahead.
46.
What else?
There are 7 items. If you add them up right,
These are the items, Bird. $165 for detailing, $125 for the Ray-Bans, $380 for the radar detector, $47 for the rental car, and $115 for a taxi cab.
$832?
Okay. Now, Mr. Mohammed, you have to exercise good judgment, sir.
Yeah, you're too
You
old
are-
for this.
How old are you?
I'm 18. He's 30, what, 5?
Madam, nobody dragged you in the car. Nobody told you that you had to go
He
with
didn't
him.
have to
Nobody
lie
said.
about his age.
Nobody said.
He lied about everything.
He lied
his
about his
name,
age.
about his age, where he lived, everything. Everything he told me was a lie.
Good. So you stole his car. Stupid.
We didn't steal
What?
it, though.
Just a second. Let me explain something to you. This is dangerous business. Dangerous business. You acted like an idiot that night. You got one friend who's drunk. I don't know where the other one is. I don't know whether she had been drinking or not. You're at.
It's all right, though.
She doesn't drink. She's old enough to drink. The other girl's not old enough to drink. She's old enough she could drink all she wants. That's how I feel.
I wasn't driving, so it's all right.
Oh, please. Costa Rica. They tell me Costa Rica is a very good place to live in retirement.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mr. Mohammed, be smart, right? Don't fool around with babies. These are babies. They're not fully cooked yet. The only thing that they are is stupid, because they shouldn't have been in your car. And they certainly, if they felt that they were threatened, which I doubt. See, because if I really felt that they were threatened by you or your friend, I would have some compassion for them. But it seems to me, if you feel threatened in a situation and you are in a place where there is all kinds of security, you take yourself.
But they don't even do nothing.
You
There's
take
two
yourself
securities. That
inside
ain't
to
all
a phone
kinds.
booth where there are a lot of people, and you make a phone call to your father, your brother, whatever
He
else.
said it himself, the phone's not till 3 blocks away.
that's not true. They're in the parking lot.
Didn't you just say that?
No.
Yeah.
And you're lying.
No,
Again.
it's right there in the police report.
Always lying. Always.
There is a phone in the club.
But he said he had to walk.
There is a phone.
He said he had to walk.
He said
he could have gone to the phone in the club too.
Madam, he said he chased your car.
Where? To the end of the parking lot?
God, get her out of here. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $832.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy,
The way he was dressed, just awful. Awful, no class at all. To drive a nice car like he does, he has no class or dress. And right now, maybe, but when he went out with us, no way. She was drunk. You know, I knew what was going on.
But see, that's all right. I'm old enough.
This is a joke, you know? This is a joke. He's a 30-year-old man. He's kind of grown.
ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे। सुन के लौट आओ ना, सुन के लौट आओ ना, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे। शाम सुहानी है, रात दीवानी है, ये शाम सुहानी है, ये रात दीवानी है। चले आओ मेरी बाहों में, दिल की राहों में, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे। तू ख्यालों में, तू है सवालों में, तू है ख्यालों में, तू है सवालों में, मेरी बातों में, मेरी रातों में, तू ही तू। ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे, ये दिल तुझे पुकारे।